shit alert. Louis clothes, calling women sisters. Louboutins and Gucci shows. Well, I guess that goes my Louis.
Yo, what's up? This is the African Caesar.
Somebody take his cup away now.
Nope, too late.
You're already cut off.
Nope, too late. But no, Detroit is definitely in the building via your headphone stereo on speakers. As I said, I'm the African Caesar, and I am joined by Geeno the Contrarian.
Yo.
Yes. Is that the new champion shirt?
The hell if I know.
So you just got it?
Yeah.
You didn't know what you bought, or somebody bought it for you?
It was on sale and I got a discount, so I figured I'd buy it.
Ooh, discount.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, thanks for our text message, because up until this point, I did not know you worked there.
I told you that.
When? When was this? I don't remember you ever telling me
Oh,
that.
we was cool, man. You don't even pay attention to
I
me,
don't.
man. Damn. Hey, spit that shit out there.
Bring your cup over here. And of course, we're joined. Well, I'm not saying of course. He's been missing in action, but he's back. JB.
What up, though?
Yes,
what up, though?
And then, they got the Mountain Dew in the refrigerator, so.
Yeah.
He was missing it last week.
They had to bring it for his arrival, for his return.
They knew I was coming.
Yeah, good thing. And of course, we have the resident saint of the show, Guru.
What's going on? Yeah, don't call me no rabbi after these last week's shootings. No.
Oh, yeah.
So what happened?
They've been shooting
like,
going to Jewish. Well, California walked into a Jewish church and shot it up.
oh, really?
Yeah,
Man, you can't even go to church no more.
yeah,
And while we on it, R.I.P. to John Singleton.
absolutely.
Oh, he did
Absolutely.
pass?
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
yeah.
Damn.
Rest in peace.
Oh, man.
Oh, man, that sucks.
He created the movie catalog to check people black cards. If you ain't seen Boys in the Hood and Baby Boy, you not black.
Damn.
I was going to say, probably you ain't seen the entire John Singleton directed catalog.
And we got to throw in New Jack City, too.
Yeah.
I know a girl who ain't seen New Jack City.
How?
I got Lil Wayne on that
Hold
meme
up.
with his money.
Time out. I had known people when I was in college that hadn't seen Friday yet.
Yeah.
The first one. I'm saying this is 08. Still hadn't seen it yet.
Yeah, man, we're going to.
Oh, yeah. I definitely question them.
Yeah. You can't, yeah, I agree with you. You can't get black card unless you've seen certain movies. Like Baby Boy Friday, Boys in the Hood. I even go
Higher
deeper.
learning, school days.
I even go deeper than that. Color Purple. Like if you ain't seen certain movies,
Roots.
right? Hey, at least once.
Yeah.
At least once. It's a rough getting through, but it's worth seeing.
I feel like Rosewood was harder to watch than Roots.
Oh man, I ain't seen that in so long. I can't-
That's one was like,
No, I think
There's
that
a
might
lot
have
of
been.
movies I can't watch.
I feel like that might have been harder to watch just because we was older. So we kind of we kind of knew more what was going on.
Oh, Roots.
Well, yeah, Rosewood. Because I mean,
Rosewood,
Roots just looked. No, I mean it was.
it's just like, dog, he getting a whooping like forever. Like, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, he just like, dang.
Like say the name, dog.
But it was like,
Like,
Rosewood,
for real, like
he
it was just like, yo,
angry.
just say it. Like, oh man, I feel bad for you, but
Well, we gonna throw that out there. Go ahead and throw out Amistad.
No style was all right.
no, I don't think I saw that just because it's like, all right,
They
enough.
try to
Enough
make
already.
they try to make slavery like into like the Pirates of the Caribbean. That's the problem I had.
Oh, they try to make it look cool and fashionable.
Yeah, that's what my
Like kids
problem
wanna dress
was
up
that.
like slaves for
That's
Halloween.
I was like, hi, I'm here. Like, no, it's not. It's not. We're not supposed to be here. We're supposed to be over there. Like,
Yeah. I just got what he said. But yeah, so speaking of, since we on movies though, real quick before we get into any sneaker related content, I know everybody saw Avengers Endgame, at least most people.
That's all.
yeah, people in this room.
Now,
did.
now while we talking about the
Everybody
black
was
card,
doing the same.
Gino
Spoiler
probably
alert.
saw it the blackest way possible
People walking in front of me.
via Fire Stick. Yeah.
No, I had I did have the Japanese writing down at the bottom on the first version of it.
So
but
you
then,
flew in the Japanese.
Yeah,
huh?
but then it was another link. I was like, well, let me click on this link because I told my brother about it. He was like, I found the better copy. So
Oh wow.
I was like, well, let me click on the other link, and it was no Japanese writing. So,
But
but I still went out
I saw it.
on Friday and on Saturday and saw it in the movies.
Let's see.
Everybody- has
Even
everybody
with
seen
the
it?
Japanese
Yeah, we all
subtitles
seen
would have
it.
been
Yeah, we
better
all
than my
seen it.
version.
JB, you seen it? You seen it?
Yes, we saw it yesterday.
So okay.
Spoiler alert! If you ain't
No,
seen
spoiler
it.
alert.
Yeah.
If you want,
Look, if you ain't seen it yet, that's on you. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's okay. I had a spoiler alert in the parking lot outside of the theater on my way in to see it on my fucking birthday.
Nice.
that sucks.
No, what I do?
You did it. You said it on Facebook, man.
No, look, the spoilers I told everybody was shit you should know.
Well,
Like Spider-Man's coming back. There's a Spider-Man movie coming on. So I mean, how did you not know Thanos died. Surprise! Like, what you thought the Avengers was gonna lose twice?
I mean, I think the shock was how quick it happened.
But how did Black Widow?
Oh yeah. Oh man.
It's a
2
Black
minutes
Widow.
in, I'm like,
It's a Black Widow
okay.
movie coming out though, right?
Yeah,
But
So-
it's technically a prequel.
it's a prequel. Yeah, so
But I feel the same way though
No,
because
it's
I
not.
was
Ain't no
pissed off.
prequel. That's the life after death because you knew you was gonna kill her before the joint, man. It's like the BT vibe party for Black Widow. That's what that was.
It was actually people in there like
That was for real crime.
dude, there was a girl
Yeah.
sobbing like she was really at Tony Stark's funeral.
at three different points of the movie: the beginning, towards the middle,
The
and at
beginning.
the end.
What happened in the beginning?
When the kids and the wife.
Oh,
Wait,
And
man.
everybody was trying to figure out what was. Everybody knew it was Thanos.
Yeah.
I mean, he was.
So I guess they cried at the end of Ant-Man and the Wasp too.
Hey,
right. Like, oh my God, Mister, what's his name?
It was sad, but I couldn't see would you cry. Like I was mad more.
I was sad for Tony. That was probably the
That's
only
what
part.
that's what black people.
That
Because
was-
I didn't see
yeah.
that. I didn't
I didn't see that coming.
And then he,
Well, when he put the stones up, I was like, yeah,
he went out like a Geeno. So
yeah, he did. I'm Iron Man, bitch.
bitch.
And then just snapped his finger.
that was dope. But you
No.
know, Cap
That was the
held
best
his
scene.
own. Cap was a bad mug.
When he put that hammer, I was like, yep.
That was bull. That was bull crap. Y'all all know.
Nah.
Y'all know. Because here's my thing though. How? Come on. So now in the middle of a big old fight, bro, you could pick up the hammer. Not only pick up the hammer, you could summon thunder.
Hold on. The only part I don't agree with you with is the thunder part because I don't get that either. But the picking up the hammer, it was kind of referenced in Ultron that he was able to kind of move it. And what better scenario?
Because if I'm on sneakers app and I add the cart, don't mean I got the shoe. Come on, man. Come on, man.
But I'm just saying though, like, what better scenario? Because at that point, he was able to move it, but it was all like a friendly game, like who could pick it up, right? Like this was actual like do or die moment. So I can see why they did it, and it was probably the best part of the movie.
Did everybody go crazy when you watched?
Hell yeah! Like, I was
Everybody in there was just clapping.
Everybody was like,
Everybody
yeah.
was crazy when that happened.
even Thor was hype. Like, so I mean, shit. Like,
And he was all sloppy
Fat
and out of.
Yeah, he was.
like, man.
He was regular man Thor.
Yeah,
And my thing, here's my.
I can't wait to see him in.
And my thing was like when
As Guardians of the Galaxy.
yeah, as Guardians of the Galaxy.
Captain Marvel, she was fighting all 6 Power Stones. Then when he take one out and
Yeah.
smack it with her, she just ragdoll across the.
Like I said, I tried to draw logic with that, but I'm still kind of like lost on that. Like, yeah, that don't make that much sense.
Well, they kind of had to like, cause she's so powerful, they kind of had to like turn her down. That's why she was gone most of the movie. Cause like, had she been there the entire time, that fight probably would have been over from jump. But-
And like I said, like I told y'all, man, in the chat, like how you gonna vanish everybody then go to this planet and just pick fruit and cook? Like that's what you did, bro. Like you killed everybody just to live on your own. You could have did that on somewhere else, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like.
I mean, he was content.
yeah.
I don't know, content, bro. That was weak. And then you killed dog in like 10 minutes. And even the Avengers, like, oh, what do we do now? Like, you killed dog. Like,
Yeah, but I thought it was a great movie. It was like the perfect cap to that whole line of movies. It was the phase
overall,
three. Great
overall,
movie.
that was a hell of a movie.
DC got some catching up to do. I don't know how they top
There
that.
ain't no catching up.
Ain't no
Yeah,
catching
it's
up to do.
it's a wrap.
Let me ask y'all this:
Uh-oh.
Infinity War or Endgame? Which one was better to you?
Endgame. I can say that easily.
Because Infinity War was. I feel like
agree.
Infinity War I feel like the storyline was better.
Yes.
But Endgame fighting was better.
Yeah, I think.
Well,
I don't know. He put a planet down on Tony Stark, so I don't know.
No, but like I could easily say if you just gave me the fight scene in Endgame,
Yeah.
I don't even need to see the rest of the movie. You just give me that over and over again, I'll be content.
See,
with
I don't
that.
know about the story because I thought the storyline was good in both of them. The thing that I think Infinity Stone had that it had more better moments with individual characters. Like in the second one, most of them didn't come back to near the end, so there was no real moments like with Doctor Strange or even with Black Panther or even with Spider-Man. He had his moments where he came back and was talking to Storm up to Tony Stark and he was just happy to see him again. But Infinity, like I feel like it was more comedy because they was flushing out the characters, like especially the exchange between Quill and
Thor.
yeah, that part was hilarious.
Thanos, yeah, damn.
Oh man, that was hilarious. I mean, just his parts in general are hilarious, and then you get him with Tony Stark. So I don't know. I feel like you know what it's like. It reminds me of kind of Kill Bill. How like the first one was like the tone of it was more like Japanese inspired, and the second one was more like a Western. So it's like the two films kind of fit together, but the styles are different. But it still fits. So
Yeah, no, for sure.
yeah. So I enjoyed it, man. I saw it. Only saw it twice. I didn't see it the third time. My wife had to graduate. She graduated from U of M.
I saw that.
Nice.
Congrats.
Yep.
She like jumping 5 feet off the ground with heels on.
Yeah, dude, she was high. I mean, that's
So now you can retire, right?
so much work. That's what I said. That's like so I can quit, right?
I mean, you don't do nothing at your job.
Hell
anyway,
no.
so-
Like, should I do something? Do nothing at home.
Wow.
So
you
I
are.
see you stunting in your fours already. Huh?
I had to. Okay.
Oh, I thought he had them on now.
Nah,
I see.
it's
I
raining.
said-
It's raining.
Nah, yeah.
I'm surprised you don't have no eights on.
Yeah, you have his eights.
my Jordan Goulashes. But nah, yeah. So I mean, it's those fours are nice, man. Like, man, next week is gonna be crazy because it seems like everybody and their mama.
This week?
Well, yeah, this weekend it's gonna be crazy because
Today.
everybody and their mama is going to right. It's gonna go
Talk about
crazy.
me.
And I'm doing a review on them tomorrow at Mr. Allen.
Are you? Have you actually seen them yet, or you just
I haven't seen them yet, but I got a pretty dope video idea in mind. It's gonna be pretty cool.
Man, if I was doing videos like you, what's the name? Son works at StockX. Craig Elos.
Oh, does he?
Yeah.
They have his son in there.
I just thought it'd be funny.
Dunking on his
See
ass.
if it's
Shooting a jumper on him.
Just replay the video like over and over.
I
again
know.
in front
Like,
of
I
him.
wonder if that shoe was just banned from the Elo house.
Yeah. What if his son walked in on Craig? Hey, Dad, remember this?
Yeah, he's out of the wheel at that point. But anyway, speaking of which, since I swear we get to sneakers real quick, Game of Thrones is also this weekend, which I'm guessing nobody here watches. Okay, so
I haven't been able to see it. I gotta catch it though. I haven't been able to see it.
Yeah, no,
But y'all know how to spoil it though. I know old girl killed dog, so y'all posted 100 times on Twitter.
I was gonna say they spoiled that. They didn't really spoil a lot of in game.
No,
Yeah.
they spoiled
that.
Game of Thrones.
because the director of Game of Thrones didn't come on and say don't spoil it for everybody. That's why. And plus, it was a hype moment though. You just spent like 20 years. Game of Thrones is like the real life equivalent of a Dragon Ball Z episode, where it's like all this build up and then you finally get the fight. Like they've been talking about the White Walkers and fighting them for like 20 years now, and so now they actually fought. My bad. And so now they actually fought.
Put that last little bit, bro.
And yeah, so I'm not gonna spoil it. But I mean, shit, you already know though, so I guess it don't matter. But
Ain't nothing but a corner in there.
right, well, more than that.
Heresies.
No, yeah, go ahead, top it off.
I know.
But anyway, let's get right into this. This is the Sneaker Box podcast. I know you've been talking about movies and shit, so you probably don't know this is a sneaker show.
We do it all. We talk about it all.
Yes, sir. Live.
I want people to just look out for any contract you sign with anybody. Read the small print.
You sound like Lil Wayne.
I feel like we should have a conversation after the show.
We definitely.
Oh, bet
definitely.
that up. I want to know this. Is it what I think it is?
Yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah, you know.
I had a chance to talk to somebody this weekend too about.
I got 2 more months, and then silence is gone.
Oh, then you can let loose.
Oh
Yeah,
man, that's
I got that.
Why are they?
Yeah,
We'll
that's
talk
why I
after the
said
show.
a little small print.
Like, why would they need to do that?
I didn't know sneaker cleaning was that serious.
Really, real talk. I didn't.
Actually, we did know once we got played.
But we didn't have But we didn't have like a.
Yeah, I'm
6
just talking about that
month-
clause. I'm just talking about what they played.
Like, what type of shit is that? Like, what is that about? All right. Anyway, Sneaker Box Podcast live from the Podcast Detroit studios, a part of the Sneaker Bar Detroit family and the DTLR network. Some things I definitely want to get into today. Adidas wants to turn Beyonce into Kanye. Hashtag Beezy. Nike is being cryptic about their new sneaker that they trademarked. Guess which sneaker brand outperformed Nike and Adidas this year, or at least this past quarter?
Skechers.
Not burning kids' feet, they not. And I want to call some stores in Oklahoma City looking for a Quick Strike playoff pack in this week's shoe segment.
Eventually, somebody gonna catch on to you.
Man, good. Let them do it. It's been like, 4 years? They ain't caught on yet. Social media, you can follow us on Twitter at TSB_radio. You can follow us on Instagram at the Sneakerbox_radio. You can follow us on Facebook by looking at the Sneakerbox Radio Show page. And hopefully we don't get off track like we did last show. Like that preacher segment took up like an hour of the show.
It was organic.
It was.
It was very organic.
It
Yeah,
threw
very
off
organic.
everything I wanted to do. So no religious talk this week.
Check
and if
your
you
religion at the door.
yes, everybody's an atheist at this table. Make sure to call into our show.
I'm not.
Make sure to call into our show and talk to us on air with the sneaker comments and questions every week, not just today, but every week from 7:30 to 8:30 p.m. EST by dialing 248-579-5295. All right, let's get right into it. Let's get our Fab 5 sneaker releases from the previous week.
Fab Five.
The Fab Five. The Fab Five. The
Fab Five. Top five.
Saw it in my dream. 5, 5, 5.
And you know what? I've seen this. You would think I know. Am I saying this right? Mache? Is that the customizer's name?
Mosh.
Okay.
I was gonna say for the longest I called him
275.
I know I've been saying Mache too. All right, so Mosh, man, like shout out to him, man, because this shoe, we talk about nostalgia and storytelling. This shoe just hit me as soon as I saw it. And by the way, I should preface this by saying that I put together this week's 5-5 because I didn't post anything this week. So, but the Mosh Special Edition Ewing 33 High Ace Ventura, that shoe just, like, the theme alone got me. Like, that sold it to me. Like, as soon as I knew that it was an Ace Ventura shoe, I was like, I want it. I mean, it looks dope on its own, like, just looking at it, but knowing the theme behind it and for any, like, it's just crazy for like anybody to even choose that to make that a basis for a custom. I thought it was dope. So shout out to Ewing for that. That movie, like Guru talked about it plenty of times, like that. We went to was L.A. and the tape was stuck in there and it just played on an endless loop all weekend.
Speaking of Guru, you got to relax with this post.
Well, oh yeah, you saw my post. Yeah,
Which one?
It was fun, bro. That was a great
Which post?
This one right here.
Oh man, do I want to see it?
Yeah, this one.
He still. I think he just got something against Golden State.
No, actually,
I know you got something against.
No. I can't stand.
What could it be?
I can't stand James Harden shooting all them free throws. So I don't have a horse in neither race. So that's one thing.
Look, James Harden is just, I don't want to hear about you. It's almost like when James Harden is complaining about the officials, it's like, to me, it was like the same as like OJ talking about he's going to find a real killer.
But my thing is, I'll set a better example.
It requires.
When Kais complained about not getting the Jordans and the Jordan sending them shoes, like, Harden shouldn't have been saying call the game fair because he leads leagues in free throw attempts. But my thought, Harden doesn't get those calls unless the ref gives it to him. So if you made this guy by giving him all these calls, and
but they do that every year, which is why they have trouble because they stop giving those calls in the playoffs.
But here's the shit in the game be called, and I can't stand
And he got
Harden.
the most free throws out of anybody yesterday. So it's like, so.
But my thing is, let's not act like
they shot 27.
Even if you take away the Warriors, if you take away the Rockets, the Warriors get calls at home against Cleveland.
Everybody gets. That's why you want.
Not no 5 steps out of bounds. The ball's still live.
Everybody gets calls at home. Like, that is not nothing new.
No. I can't stand Harden. Me and him talk about this. I can't really.
That's why I'm not. I don't want to hear about her. Like, no, you get away with traveling and foul calls.
It's people you can't stand. But if they say a broken clock is released right 2 times a day, so I mean that's how I stand on it. Like, yo, you could have said
you looking at it at a straight face value. I'm just adding the context of this dude. This dude. No, it's like no. You get like if we really want to have the referees call it straight and narrow, then he would get called all the time for traveling. He would get called all the time for offensive fouls. So you can't say you want fairness with the cause when you are the main person benefiting from the lack of fairness.
Okay, say if he never said that, it was still. Would there still?
Well, that's what I'm talking about. Like, that's the part I'm talking about. That's what makes it like hypocritical. It's like Donald Trump asking for Obama's birth certificate, but when you ask for his tax returns, nope, I'm not giving it. It's like, oh, okay, so wait a minute. So you can bitch and complain about this, but then when it comes to you, then all of a sudden,
what James Harden did in the post conference, the Warriors doing the game. They complain about calls.
I
all
agree.
the time. So that's why my thing is. If it was the other way, Draymond Green would complaining, Chris Paul being the referee.
It would be like Draymond complaining about getting kicked in the nuts. It's like, nah, like, how many people did you take out? How many NBA players can no longer have kids now because they played against you?
I mean,
you know what I'm saying?
He got a hit list,
right? You know what I'm saying?
He poked Brian in the eye. Like they get away with stuff like
you know what you saying is true. I just don't want to hear from you. You know
that's what I'm saying. Like I'm addressing the missed calls. Now Harden shouldn't have been the spokesperson.
I don't exactly. Sometimes the message calls,
but I focus on the missed calls. There were a lot of missed calls.
I do not want to hear about it from him.
It's a lot of missed calls in every game.
No, not to that extreme though. Late game where like with deciding factor of the referees but that was in the first part of the game, bro. Now the Draymond, that was not a foul. The Sean Livingston, no. But the 3 on Clay in the beginning, they were.
Like I used to hate when I saw Mark Furman on Court TV. It's like, bruh, like, you know, hold on. He's an analyst. Like, that's your guy. So that's all I'm saying. Sometimes the messenger can mess up the message.
Yeah.
And so Harden is like the last person I want to hear about officiating from.
But he's a birth of the referee blowing the whistle. So my thing is,
He needs to know that.
but the referees need to be
Like, it's so. It's
but
so,
we gotta hold up referees for comment because you birth the James Hardens, you birth
Agreed.
the pump fake bump into you for the three. Like
I agree.
So that's what my thing is.
Oh,
You got-
the Dwayne Wade.
Dwayne
pump
Wade,
fake.
the Reggie Millers, the
Yes.
Currys do it when he used to fall down. PG started falling down this year when he shoot threes.
I cannot stand that. Like, there's nothing worse than watching grown men fall on the floor.
It's kind of funny, actually.
Like, with minimal context. Like, all right, man. Anyway, number 4, the New Balance 997 Blue Volt, gray and white. I doubt anybody saw that shoe.
997
but it's
is a
worth
hot
going.
model, though.
Yeah, they are, and it's worth looking into. Like, that shoe is hard. Like I love how shoes fly under the radar because it's so easy to pick up.
Said it was Blue Volt.
Yeah, it's like a blue Volt. Matter of fact, just go to sneakerwordertrade.com and just put in New Balance 997.
If they were limited,
Was that a plug?
if they were limited, would you cop them?
I want to cop them now.
Okay.
Because they must be limited.
Y'all can kiss my ass. I don't know what that. Number 3, and I actually had to do an about face on this one. The Air Jordan Retro 13 cap and gown. I actually
About face what?
like, because I was just like pass, and then I saw them in person. I was like, no, I ain't saying they're the greatest shoe, but they like because the material on there is like a 3M, but not really.
That shoe is garbage.
I
I
ain't
know
say-
you ain't
look.
talking about materials and quality.
I'm talking about it was a different material. I thought it was like all like
It,
suede.
it don't matter. That shoe was garbage.
The
It has a different
hologram
look.
is a signature piece on the 13.
And they
You
took
take
it
that
away.
for
That's
the
the
blood.
only took
that's
it
my only
away.
complaint. That's my only complaint. after
That's
seeing it in
your
person.
only complaint?
After seeing them in person. I'm prefacing it by
my
saying I saw it in person.
You can't
Once I
be
saw it in
serious.
person, I was like, these ain't as bad as I thought they were.
Man, I would have more respect if you dropped those Panthers, them black patent leather Panthers in February and said the Black Panther 11s.
Nah,
I would
my-
have bought that more than the cap and gowns.
Now, my beef still stands as far as Jordan Brand rehashing the same stuff because they didn't came out like 3 different colorways, black colorways of the 13, which is part of the reason why I was just kind of like pass. It's like, how many times y'all going to keep going to this well? However,
Hold up. You said when you saw it in person,
when I saw it in person, it was
that
not as
patent
bad.
leather looked cheap.
It wasn't as bad. Like, I ain't saying it was the best patent leather. I'm just saying it was
But
not
you
as
saying,
bad.
But you're saying it's not. It doesn't look as.
Did I
bad,
say what?
Which would imply that it does look pretty good, right?
I'm saying it looks more decent than I originally thought. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
You was a funny dude. I know,
JB, get
Steve.
your mans.
That's all I'm saying. Like, no, because it's what I'm saying and what you're hearing. I didn't say great.
You're ejected from the
I didn't say.
podcast. Ejected.
Listen to what I'm saying.
$50,000 fine.
'Cause I can't control how y'all comprehend stuff. What I'm saying is, I thought it was a passable shoe. I gave it like, if I had to put a number on it, 60%. Right? That's what I thought about. I was like, it's a 60% shoe. Like, if I had to put it, like 100% is like, definitely I gotta have these. And then it goes on from there. So for me, it was a 60%. Then when I saw it, it went to like the 70. Maybe 70.
What is
Maybe
wrong with
70.
you?
Because it's not a bad shoe. It's
Yes,
not
it
a bad.
is.
It's not an actual bad shoe. There's
Yes.
worse shoes out
Yes,
there.
it
Now
is.
it's not the greatest shoe, but
would
it's not
you
a
do-
bad shoe
So out
either.
of the 13s that just dropped, them or the Atmosphere Gray? Which one?
So I don't like the Atmosphere Grays. I don't like the
I
Atmosphere
was
Grays.
about to say.
I don't like Atmosphere Grays.
Well, you
But
had to
But
pick
you would do
one.
the cap. But you would do the cap and gown.
If I had to
cap and
pick,
gown
if I have a
13s.
choice between those two, yeah, I'm gonna pick the cap and gowns over the Atmospheres. Yeah, I said
Are
it.
you serious?
Yeah.
Wait me back when you come back. Wake me up when you come back with the rest of the Philly Stones.
I'm the reason you turn to dust. But no, look,
You turning yourself to dust.
listen.
If I
you
can,
giving me a
if you,
choice
if
between
you
the-
turn me to dust so I can miss on the cap and gown, please snap right now.
Listen.
I snap for you.
bring
give me a choice.
me back at the release day.
I'm saying that. Nah, if y'all think that the Atmosphere Grays are better than the cap and gowns,
Yes.
I mean,
Yes,
shit,
they
y'all
are.
must
Yes.
have more to drink than I got.
Yes.
They are much better than them cap and gowns.
I
No, they're
got
not
one
much
that's better
better.
for you. Which one worse, cap and gowns or black cat sixes?
All right, remind me of the Black Cat 60.
The ones that like a band-aid with the 3M in it. They was
Oh,
all
it had the
black.
holes in there?
Yes.
Which one is worse?
Yes.
Oh, the sixes. Ooh, the sixes. That was. I don't know why they put the
man, that-
them
that-
perforations ruined it.
That patent leather on them 13s look
The patent leather
awful.
look the same. The plastic that's on your Kraft single cheese. That's
Exactly.
what
That patent leather look.
Did I get
awful.
on here and tell you how great the patent leather quality was?
You said the quality was.
I
was
said the
decent.
material. No, I said the material was different.
You said it was
because I
decent.
thought it was all suede.
I heard decent.
No, I said different. Once again, what you hear and what I say.
Different D word.
I got a D word for you. Look, so that the toe box and the tongue have like this. It's not 3M, but it's like kind of like reflectant. I don't know, but it did give it like a different look other than what I originally thought. So I thought it was just essentially them giving us the Black Cat 13s and just adding the patent leather on a one piece. So
it's taking away the hologram.
no, that's the beef. Did I defend
ash.
that?
It's like
That's what ruins it.
When,
Like,
when it's 3M, when it's not 3M, we call that ashy because when the light hit it, it looks kind of whitish. That's the ashy. The toe box is.
But it's like a different.
It's trash.
It's
That's
a
what it
different
is.
look though, because it has like that 3M quality to it. But the hologram, that's the thing though. Like, I think that's enough to make people turn away from it because a 13 without the hologram is
I mean,
just
that's what I was
like.
gonna say.
And
I
it's
feel like-
$200. That's why I don't.
That's another thing.
It's still sitting.
I mean, honestly, at this point, the 13 with the hologram is kind of like the Nike Air missing on the Jordan 1.
Dude, it looked like a fake, bro.
I've seen better fakes.
That
I
definitely.
mean, fakes
looked
have gotten
Shout out
better.
to Jersey Town on 7 Mile, just past Schaefer. 8 bass.
Everybody been there, right there in the corner.
7 bass.
That shopping center?
Yeah, 7
Yep.
Mile Evergreen 8 bass.
Yep.
Owned by the Africans.
Yep.
They had the
Yep.
the coolest fakes.
Yep.
Who would have known that was a low key a mini Nike visit? That's like some Infinity Stone. I
Oh,
think
you
that's
said
what
they
Nike
low
did.
key what now?
That was like a Nike visit because everything that was fake then coming back now that was retail. So
Oh, yeah.
that's like almost that's like a
So they came back from the past.
yeah. That was,
Shout out to flea markets in
good
general.
ideas. The quantum realm, so we still see designs from the fakes.
Well, shout out to flea markets in general because I don't even know if flea markets are they even around like they used to
Yeah,
be?
the one in Fort Lauderdale is like Gibraltar, but outside.
I mean, here though.
I don't know.
Like,
I mean, I'm pretty sure they still exist, but not for what we go in there for.
Bro, we used to go in there, jerseys, shoes, and burn CDs, and then get T-shirts airbrushed.
And radios.
A family member that died.
And radios injury.
Oh yeah, that's
radios and jury.
Jury.
Electronics.
Yes, sounds. Yeah, man, the good old days, early 2000s. Number 2, we have the Nike Zoom LeBron 3 Quick Strike Houston All Star. They finally brought those back out. I think I actually had a chance to get a pair. I think I called you. Remember,
Yeah,
that was a while ago.
Those. This is the first time they're releasing. They were PEs back in 2006. They were Family and Friends.
Right, but the
this
pair I
is
was
the
talking about
first
was off of eBay. Remember, that was a while ago.
Yeah, was
Was it? I don't know if it was
I
these.
don't think it was.
It might have been something else.
I mean,
But yeah.
knowing you probably did get a chance to get a family and friend pair.
You got jokes.
Sample King.
Wow. Jumpman got samples? Why you get jumped on? Like, why I get jumped on when I get samples?
He real humble about it. You not.
Oh, get the fuck.
Yours come from Nike. His come from other people.
Right, Nike don't give him stuff.
They canceled Kawhi Leonard contract.
I'm too old.
Stuff. That's all it is. Kawhi Leonard got to wear New Balances because of you.
And he keep wearing a shoe that ain't even been released yet.
Exactly.
Wow.
And they keep dropping all. And they keep giving him all the different PEs, and
Exactly.
not one came out yet.
Who, for me?
Them
Kawhi
Kawhi
Leonard.
Leonard's.
I'm not really feeling that shoe. I'm sorry.
What's it called?
The
Pro
black and
Omni?
red ones is sweet, but the other ones
They're not even
the
sweet,
Nipsey
like-
Blues
No,
are-
they did a
It's
cool
a
gray
strap.
one. Like, come on, they
It's
got
a strap. I mean, honestly, it's a horrible shoe with a strap over it.
I mean, that usually help Nike out with anything.
Yeah, that's true.
Exactly.
That bails them out.
What's the difference between the PG2 and the 3? 2.5. Oh my goodness! They Puff Daddy PG shoes. This is the remix. Like
Yeah. They do that with everybody. Shoot KD.
No, with PG, they really doing
they
it. Like,
take his one design, they stretch it for 3 years. Like
Well, and then they did a more exaggerated thing with it. But remember the 9s and the 10s? Like it was essentially the same shoe.
oh, yeah, I mean that was just beyond.
All right, number 1. Me personally, the Marvel Special Edition Adidas Basketball Heroes Among Us collection. I thought overall that collection was pretty dope. Even what's her face shoe?
Candace Parker.
Yeah, her shoe
Okay, that was
decent.
nice. I like the James Harden was pretty dope.
Yeah, it was all
James
dope.
James was
The only
cool.
ones I wasn't sure about was the Thor, the marquee joint, marquee boost,
Basically, those were top 10 with boosts in it.
basically. But overall, the collection was dope. The Nick Furies, I ain't like the
And
Day Fives.
that advertisement post, because in that advertisement post they had the black Captain America for the Captain America shoe. Like they partially gave the movie away.
Yeah, they did.
Without even knowing.
And they had Falcon flying around for the Captain America. Yeah. But overall, I thought it was a dope collection. I thought it was cool. And shout out to Adidas basketball.
I just hope we can keep two black characters. They won't take Black Panther and make him Caucasian or something because we got black Captain America.
Well, wait, quick question. Has Damian Lillard wore that, has he wore that Dame 5 yet?
He should have wore from Game 5. He
I was
should
gonna
have.
say, he should have. I was gonna say, to me, that's the biggest, just my issue in general. Was like, I just wish.
Oh, they terribly market all of their Adidas basketball players. Hardy don't get no exposure like that.
Yeah, we had to go on the website. Remember those shoes dropped? Like Guru had to show us on the website that those dropped.
Yeah, like
and I actually thought those were dope. I actually remember saying I might get those.
Game
if I
5s are already on sale. He in the playoffs.
These shoes, honestly, those shoes ain't they decent though.
I mean, well,
and the colorways they came out with. It's like,
if he played in a larger market, he'd probably sell shoes.
We're about to do this.
Yeah, we are.
We're not about to do this.
Do you
today.
think if Dame played in New York, he would sell more shoes?
Of course. Yeah.
That's such a 1990s argument. Okay, we're not doing this.
Well, I guess is why Jumpman is too old. So now you on that camp, huh?
I'm not. See, why you putting words in my mouth? I didn't say that.
You said that was such a 1990s argument.
The shoes are horrible. LeBron played in Cleveland. His shoes so crazy. It's about the player.
LeBron was the most hyped high school player ever.
No, I'm saying if you are a good basketball player, which Damian is,
or
and your shoes are dope.
Giannis, yep.
And his shoes are dope. Like them shoes is pretty bad.
Giannis' shoe look like a LeBron low.
They look
like a what's the name? They look more like a PG
like a low.
You know what LeBron?
Hyper dunk.
Which LeBron was that? I think it's LeBron 12 low top. It kind of remind me of just got the swoosh backwards.
They had the neck. They don't have no swoosh on it at all. Remember that because they had the netting on it.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. It's just,
the 10s had the swoosh backwards.
Well, maybe that's what I'm thinking of because that's what it. When I saw it, I'm like, you got some.
It looked like a hyper dunk low. I mean, the colorway was the orange and blue looks nice, and I want to see how it performs.
Yeah, it don't matter because you about to get put out.
I just want to see an actual. I don't know. That's one game. I want to see
deeper team, man.
Who Philly?
Boston.
I mean Boston. My bad, they play Boston. I mean they did give it to them yesterday, but I don't know. Let's see what happens in game 2 before I rate them off. But I want to see more of the shoes. Huh?
It'll go 6.
At least. Yeah. I want to see it go 7.
I doubt it.
Actually, I'm pretty hyped for all these next round games. Even the Spurs and Nuggets look like, I mean, not Spurs and Nuggets, but the Nuggets and Blazers look like it might be a good series. Mm-hmm. So, I'm looking forward to all these.
Terrible.
But the first
Nuggets, and that was the most boring game series.
I mean, it's the Spurs, though. I mean, they never been really entertaining. But.
I mean, Jokic had a, what's that one? The game they lost, game 6. He went off.
I have NBA aspirations. That dude is not in the best shape and still get like 23 and 11 and 5. Like he'll score. And
have you seen half the NBA centers?
Yeah, it's like they just don't. Yeah.
Mark Gasol was never in that good a shape. He was giving guys work.
Well, they playing a slow offense. Their team was old, so he looked average. The Nuggets, you're young, your team's young, and you playing.
Who the Sixers playing? They're
playing the Kawhi Raptors.
I hope they get swept. Honestly, like Philly annoys me at this point. Wow. For a team, I don't know. There's something about them.
Because Ben Simmons won't shoot.
Yeah, it's just like dog.
That's the most disgusting thing I've ever seen in my life. Like, him being wide open.
Are you arrogant for no reason though? It's like you ain't did nothing.
Though Draymond's arrogant too, but at least Draymond after 3 passes he will shoot the open shot. Ben Simmons won't shoot.
That's because Draymond will try and make the smarter play.
He can't shoot.
He ain't even trying though. That's the thing.
Like, you can't even say he can't shoot.
Y'all got a practice facility for a reason. You can practice, right? Like
what's most disgusting? Last summer he was like, "I'll get a jump shot when I'm ready to." Like people are sagging off on you. And B came to get his spacing on the floor because they're playing 4-on-5, bro.
You can't even run a real pick and roll.
Real talk. Like both players roll with B.
Yeah. Man.
You just basically giving them a double team.
They sagging off him so much they get an illegal defense call by mistake.
Right.
Yeah, man.
I'm sorry.
And he be standing there like, he be standing there dribbling. I want y'all to do something. No, won't you do something, bro? There ain't nobody on you, bro. Like, I be like, you just disgusting. Get off Clutch Sports. You got to shoot to be on Clutch Sports.
You sound real upset, man.
Yeah, that was disgusting, bro.
From the desk of Rich Paul. Yeah. This was really there, huh?
Yeah. What is his rating?
You said Guru got a Clutch Sports letterhead.
It should be 50.
89, bro.
It should be 50. Because he can't score.
Bro,
anyway.
You scoring 17 points off of layups. Imagine if you actually had a jumper.
Layups and foul shots.
Giannis was looking Bill Simmons that game
last
1
year.
too. No, game 1.
Well, but Giannis developed a shot.
What shot, man?
How you get worked by Al Horford?
A tetanus shot. That's the only shot he got. A tetanus shot.
That's the thing that bothers me.
Though.
No, he Euro steps in the lead lane. They made him shoot. Boston packed the paint and made him shoot.
That block was knocking him down.
Yeah. That block by Al Horford. I mean, he ate his lunch. I'm like, man.
And he ain't even jump off the ground.
Stuff. That's some 1990 stuff.
I'm like, he went back to Atlanta Hawks. See.
Al Horford was too old
Al Horford blocked your shot without jumping. That should be
Not Sunday.
because he can't jump.
Exactly. You shouldn't sleep the next 2 days, man. Letting that man block your shot. Like
Giannis at home right now, man. I can't wait till the next game.
I can't. I don't want no gyros, no nothing. I want to go straight for the.
I know what he probably saying while he at home.
What?
Hulu has
I know,
live sports.
right?
Collecting that
too,
check, yeah.
He's
And your
legally
boy
obligated.
Lillard.
Yeah.
But Lillard, at least Lillard show up to play. They just be like,
Well, that's because Lillard don't say
and he
nothing.
might not play tonight. Somebody he got stomach problems. Who? The Embiid. He got flu. I said, y'all
He's so trash.
y'all treat the NBA like school. Man, I don't feel like going today.
He don't feel like getting worked again. That's all that is.
Well, me?
Just showing that Mike video. Maybe he'll get out there.
Man, all I know is I'm waiting to see Dame.
She gonna pull a Willis Reed. He gonna come back at halftime.
I'm waiting to see what Westbrook do next year.
The same thing he does every
He
year.
gonna average a triple double.
Same thing we do every year, Pinky.
Average a triple double. Get put out in the first round. They don't. They have.
Hey, that's his guy too.
They have
That's
no
his
money
guy.
to get anybody. Like
I
you
mean, I like
realize they
Westbrook,
are
but
stuck.
At the end of the day, man, you have to produce. That's what it comes down to, man. Like, you can have all the heart you want to. You can play as hard as you want to.
You know the only way they can really make some moves, they're gonna have to just get rid of Steven Adams, and they can't get rid of Steven Adams.
You said the way they can win now?
5 a year.
You said the only way they can win now?
Because they got too much money tied up in both Westbrook and Paul
And
George.
Schroeder. All them 4 players are tied up for 4 years.
Yeah, you're gonna make some moves.
You can't. What you gonna do? Trade Andre Roberson?
I don't know what you do.
That's Ben Simmons' cousin. He can't shoot either.
I'm glad I'm not Sam Presti. I don't want them problems, but
Billy Donovan is expected to come back next year too.
that's a problem.
That's a terrible.
That's a problem.
Well, I mean, they can't make
go over there and fix
they
him.
can't make no moves anyway, so they might as well bring him back.
I was gonna say, what coach you gonna get out there? Wait a minute, what's the name still out there?
Yeah, a lot of coaches still out there.
They used to coach the Hornets.
Get Mark Jackson.
Monty
a
Williams.
job,
Monty
please.
Williams.
Yeah, he's a lot of coaches.
Yeah, it's
Black
a lot.
coaches too.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I wouldn't put him in that situation though.
Yeah, I would.
I wouldn't let that
Why
team.
not?
I would rather coach OKC than coach Philly and they none shoot and be like.
I would rather. I would rather
You think
coach
they're gonna look for a new coach?
Who?
Philly. Yeah.
Brett Brown is old. He make David Black look like Popovich. Like, come on, man.
I thought Brett Brown would have been got fired. He got lucky because of the process. Like, honestly.
And the trades they made that made him look good.
Well, and the fact that him and Ben Simmons got like some sort of connection back in Australia. So,
I guess.
but that's about to go to shit now. So.
Ugliest release. We like 40 minutes into the show.
The freak one.
I don't know. There's a list of them. Like, how do everybody feel about those Fear of God collection I just dropped this past weekend?
I think they were all right.
I don't know.
No, I seen a post. I forgot who posted it, but it said like who's Nike's best collaborator. Had Virgil, Travis Scott. I forgot who the other person was, and then it had Jerry Lorenzo.
I feel like Jerry
Everybody on
Lorenzo's
there,
more
Jerry Lorenzo was like.
He's more original.
I would think, because he came out with his own model with the Fear guys. I mean, the Air Raids kind of inspired.
Well, I mean, but the
But
first
it's a
one,
shoe, though.
the first Fear God Air One, like.
But that's why I give it to him, because
Skyline.
basically everybody else just kind of like just put their own twist to a shoe that already exists.
I give a lot of credit to Jerry Lorenzo.
I give it to him too. But
I like the colors, the real minimalist colors that he uses on those Fear God shoes, like that bone color.
Yeah,
black.
like the
It's
first
like
one I like. These that came out this
and
last
he's more
weekend.
involved with his marketing. Like they launched that spring summer 19 in Mexico, like with the campaign, the photo shoot that they had,
Right.
like, and the colors he got with that Fear of God, like the melon and the starburst colors. Those are dope.
Right. And while I might not like everything he does, I still respect him for what he do. And
Oh
so,
yeah, I definitely I like that part. I do like.
yeah.
And his clothes are a little bit easier to buy opposed to Virgil's.
So ugliest release we got. So I don't know. I wasn't really feeling the collection that came out this past weekend. Like the 3 shoes that dropped. I don't know. I just wasn't feeling them. They got the Pharrell Crazy BYW low. I think we can all agree that probably is up there. Dog, these LeBron 16 at most joints.
What about them?
What the hell?
I don't think they're ugly. As far as to make the ugliest release,
I think that was straight.
they're the black. And
I was
teal
so
ones are not
disappointed
ugly.
because I saw because they show like the back heel like there's a teaser, and then I saw the whole shoe. I'm like,
But he already wore those before. He wore
No,
those in the
did.
season.
No,
Didn't he wear those in the season?
No, the Marcus Morris wore the black and teal ones. He wore the orange and gray ones during the season.
you know the Safari ones?
Yeah.
I was
Yeah, the
gonna say,
Safari
but-
ones was cool.
But I felt like I guess you said Marcus Norris, but I was gonna say I felt like I did.
I don't know. I
see
wasn't
somebody
feeling
wear
those
it there.
LeBron 16s at all. I was just like, damn, how you made me not like
He's
those?
saying that these are
Ambush.
ugly. He's saying these should be the ugliest release of the week. What do you think?
I didn't say that they should. I said it on the
I'm
list.
talking about that on the list. Yeah.
Not at all.
The Ambush 180 pack.
Yes.
And I'm always gonna put these on.
It looked like the Kobe. What was that? The Kobe.
Which
What was that? The Kobe
700?
180 AD or something like that. It was like a Gary Payton inspired. It was a zip up Kobe that nobody bought.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, that's
behind it.
Speaking of which, Nightwing did a video on those GPs, and I'm like, are those dropping soon?
What?
What's the date for them?
What?
Those white and black GPs.
Well, they moved it to the 15th.
They pushed the day
Yeah,
back for
okay.
those. They're gonna drop that throwback Seattle Supersonic one first.
Well, first of all, don't say throwback because they never came out with a colorway like that before.
Well, I mean, the only reason I'm saying throwback for the jersey.
I know.
Yeah.
I just, that
the
color,
1990s.
That's a horrible cut, man. They couldn't even
I
go to
don't
all
think it's a
green.
horrible colorway for that shoe, though.
I think it's a good colorway, but
Because he wore that jersey and it corresponded with the shoe, though.
the only thing
I think they could have went with the green base.
the only thing I always say with that, which apparently they don't do anymore, is if you had apparel to go with that, that would make it kind of like really tight in. But
with the jersey to go with it.
not even necessarily the jersey. If you drop like some hoop shorts that might have had like the GP logo on it in those colors.
Yeah, but it's
Yeah.
Seattle theme.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, knowing Nike, they won't do that. So.
I mean, why?
They haven't.
Nobody's going to buy it because they're going to buy the Mitchell Ness short. So why even waste
Nobody
your
gonna buy that shoe in
Mitchell Ness is
general.
gonna do it better. Like that's if I had a complaint about Nike, which is a number of them, but I to this day do not understand how another company is able to make better jerseys.
Well, but even now though, with them having the rights to the NBA apparel, you would expect them to actually come out with the shorts in the proper
I just don't
and
understand
everything right how they came out.
Well,
before.
I think I did my homework. I looked at Mitchell and Ness actually started doing, I think, the Philly stuff, and then it kind of picked up and it picked traction. So they've been doing it longer. So yeah, you could try to come out and do it, but if Mitchell and Ness has been doing it for so long that it's almost like even if you
Nike
come out
been
doing
making
it.
jerseys for how long now? Like it ain't like they just started.
I'm talking about for the NBA though. They ain't had the contract in almost like
They
10
had it
years.
like in the 90s, didn't they?
The 90s, but I'm saying, but Mitchell and Ness have been doing it for so long.
I mean, how hard is it? Like,
I mean,
really?
the thing I give Mitchell and Ness credit for is for what they did is when they did it, they went back and tried to
that's what they did. They
back
got a contract
from
with NBA and they were
how it
able to get
originally
old.
was.
Exactly, but that's my point. Like, how hard is it if you're Nike and you're gonna, like, case in point, I always go back to this. We're gonna come out with a Jordan jersey. Okay, cool, that's nice, right? So how hard is it? Like this is your man's, right? How hard is it to look at a Jordan jersey? Like we do it as consumers. I've gotten jerseys like, hey, this don't look right, and then you go on Google or whatever and you see that it's all for us, right? How hard is it for Nike to sit there and do the same thing Mitchell Ness is doing, which is looking at the jersey and then making an exact replica of that? Like how hard is
Mitchell
that?
and Ness actually has the rights, and they actually have archives of older jerseys from the different leagues. So that is why they've been doing it.
In order for Nike to come out with a Jordan jersey, they have to have the rights to the name and the team, which they do. So therefore,
I mean, for the current, but I think like Mitchell, even if you get into it, but Mitchell Ness has been doing it correctly for the longest.
But that's not enough to say that Nike could not do it. Like, it's
I think Nike could do it, but like
we're not talking about math and calculus. We're talking about.
But I feel like people are so used to buying the Mitchell Ness. Why even give them a try when I know what they can do?
But the other part,
no, I give you that as a consumer. I'm not even gonna bother with Nike if I'm trying to get a throwback. Like I'm going Mitchell.
The other part to it would be, especially like with basketball jerseys, would be I know for a while Champion was making the basketball jerseys.
Yes.
I think like what Guru was saying, Mitchell and Ness has the rights to go back to those, like that style of jersey.
Nike can too. That's the thing. Like they have a contract too. Like there's nothing prohibiting them from doing that. Which is why they can come back on certain nights.
I guess you would know. They saying you should.
Well, the only thing I would say if I was Nike, it's like Mitchell Ness. No matter if Adidas had the contract that year, or Reebok, Puma, Nike, they recreate those jerseys, right?
Yes.
What Nike could do is the years that Nike had the rights to the NBA, recreate those jerseys with the Nike tag at the bottom,
right?
Not the Nike swoosh at the top because nobody wore Nike.
No swing man.
Nobody.
So
no swing man.
And you know what? And in certain
that's what
years,
they could have did though.
In certain years, well, depending on
97, 98,
okay,
96, they had it. Yeah.
You talking about the 90s? I was gonna say like I'm just thinking in general throwbacks. Like in certain years, some teams didn't have the NBA logo on the jersey. So,
I mean, all I know is with those GPs, I definitely would like to get if you were to get them, the Seattle Sonics.
I'm definitely
the shooting shirt.
That's one of my favorite.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, but that's
do the shooting shirt.
That makes too much sense.
That's one of my favorite shoes of all time.
Do the tearaway pants too. That would be hard.
I think you asking for too much for Nike.
I mean, but I'm saying though, like if you
I just want to hope they bring back the black and vault colorway. Please bring back that colorway. That's the most.
You know, the fact that you asking for, you probably won't get.
I was gonna say,
now
you know they not.
I mean, they still.
You know what you should say? Don't come back out.
I mean, they take everything else from me.
Say
so
don't. Just put Dota in front of everything. And
I mean,
you know what? They probably gonna bring it back. It's probably gonna have a 360, a 720 airboat.
Or it might have like Guru on the insole or something.
Like if you had told them, do steal my
definitely gonna
design.
have your name on the insole.
Yes, I definitely gonna have my name.
Like Nike's gonna do the opposite, right? So had you told them, do steal my design from MX 95, they probably wouldn't have done it.
Somebody posted it. I just showed JB on the way over. Some dude posted like, "Man, I gotta keep these in rotation. I love them. Like that's still humbling, man." Shout out to let me get his name out here. You listen up, but shout.
You love him so much, you remember his name. I love it.
I mean, I just seen it.
Coming soon. While he's doing that, maybe you might find his name by the time Half and Half podcast is ready to record. Coming soon. I'm trying to plug. You got the Trophy Room Special Edition Air Jordan 5 pack that will debut sometime this spring, summer. And I know everybody's seen at least some photos of it, right?
That's the ones PJ Tucker had on.
Yeah. Cali Kicks, man. Cali Kicks, that's his name. Go ahead. I don't see why he hooping his shoes, bro.
Who, PJ Tucker?
I like, God, I know you guys.
Because he got like multiples, probably.
No, they sent him only 2 pair of them joints. I'm not
so
hooping.
isn't he considered an NBA hype beast?
I would say,
like technically, like
I wouldn't call him a hype because he got some classics, man. So I don't know. I wouldn't.
They're
say
all PEs.
No, they're not all P's. He put out something.
Hold up, but what is your quote?
I'm trying to remember.
Didn't you say you are a hype beast if you don't have no general releases?
But he's put out some. He's put out some general releases. But like one shoe,
what general release did he
one shoe
wear?
was crumbled on him. Shit, I can't remember now. I'm drawing a blank, but I'm gonna put it in the group chat.
All his LeBrons were IDs and PEs. His Jordans were PEs or super limited stuff. Oregon 6s, Oregon 3s. Like those are a lot.
KD samples that KD don't even have.
Yeah, I was gonna say, man, KD don't got them, bro. Come on. And then he said he spent $30,000 on 1 pair of shoes before. He said on the KD boardroom on ESPN.
I mean, if you're making millions of dollars, I mean, what's $30,000 to you?
Bro, I don't care how much money you make. If you got to play, you got to play. But I'm not paying $30,000 for this.
I'm not paying $30,000 either. I'm just saying that he may probably thinking, okay, well, I made $10 million this year, so what's $30,000? What shoe was it?
He didn't say it. He said KD2 is his favorite shoes.
It had to be the Back to the Futures or something.
Nah, I don't know what it is. But I'm not hooping no Trophy Room family and friends. I'll hoop in the regular pair because I can probably get.
Is he really family and friends? Like, it's funny.
He played in it last night.
No, I'm just saying, like, when people get family and friends, I'm like, I just assume that they're family and friends.
He's friends.
I'm guessing.
Yeah. I'm just saying family and friends.
His money is friends.
Right, exactly. So he probably got a couple pair then, if he already hooped in 1 pair.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking he probably.
Well, he said he had showed the 2 pair and said that's the ones they sent him. They haven't released yet. But I'm not.
Another pair.
I'm not. But my thing is, remember, they only get like 80 some pairs for family and friends. So they really gonna give him 2, and they gotta allocate the Fabulous and this guy. And
I mean, if he paid,
yeah,
he may have bought a pair off of somebody.
He might have paid $30,000 for that too.
Oh, I'm not. Trophy Room pairs, I don't know.
I mean, if you get somebody that really
we're not saying you would pay it. I'm
not saying you would pay. I'm just saying like why pay $30,000 when they're sending it to you after post release.
We're talking about for that second.
No, I'm saying for the second pair. Like say like you said, if there's another friend or family that is getting the shoe, hey, look, I'll pay for their pair.
All right.
They said it's cool. I'll give you the money for their pair. I'll give you $25,000.
Because what I hear is. Well, since we're on the Trophy Room, so I think everybody's seeing that they're closing the store at the Disney Springs location. They're going to move somewhere downtown Orlando. Apparently, from a source, I'm not going to say his name or her name.
He just gave the gender.
It's female.
No, 3 females that work there, so I'm pretty sure they're going to be called in on. Like,
there's a reason why I said her, and that's not necessarily the reason why.
Well, damn.
Oh my God. Some people,
damn, Mark Ruffalo giving away all the spoilers, huh?
Sometimes things go over people's heads so much that, like, I'll explain after the show. Like, catch up. Like, if I can't say.
I know why you said the first one and went back to the second one. I already know what it meant. I was just laughing because
So why even? Okay. Anyway, the Trophy Room wasn't making money like everybody thought. Like, they was actually bleeding money. Like, because. You know how it is now, like in order to get attention, even being Michael Jordan's son and opening up your own store, you still have to put on this certain look as far as being hip, trendy, and you know what I'm saying? You gotta
look where it's at.
real estate is probably highway.
Oh yeah, the rent.
I mean, that's what I'm saying right there.
Like,
so the thing with Disney is, yeah, they do charge crazy. They don't want the crowd there, so a lot of their releases they couldn't even do there. They had to do it at another location, like a pop up or something. So it was kind of like almost like, why are we paying to be here? Like the foot traffic was cool. Yeah, you get people to come in there, but a lot of people that would come in there would
tourists.
Exactly, come in, look, take pictures, and dip. They wouldn't necessarily buy anything. And so, but yeah, so they were spending a lot of money on trying to look like, like other consignment shops. You know what I'm saying? They was trying to fit a look. They were trying to fit a style. They was trying to fit in. Which once again you'll think is weird because it's Michael Jordan's son, but talking to people that work there, yeah, there's a lot of mismanagement. At first, it seemed like they did start to get their stuff together, but now that things are changing, I know Disney, I think gave them an option to get out of their contract a year early or something like that, so they took it, and so which is why they're moving. I can only imagine how much it costs.
Well, here's another thing too. I think they would do better if they had, like, outside of the Jordans, had more Nike product as far as footwear.
Oh, by the way,
that's what I think.
That's another thing too. So, like, I guess apparently with, like, to us, it seems like, oh, that's a spot, but to people in Orlando, they don't really feel the trophy room like that because a lot of people down there feel like they backdoor stuff a lot. And there was some issue. I don't know. I don't want to misquote any of the stories, but there was some issues. There was some other things that happened that kind of led all up to them shutting down that location and maybe moving elsewhere. So,
I mean, help me understand. Why did they choose that location, though? Why did they choose Orlando?
I mean, a lot of foot traffic.
Orlando's a second behind Vegas for foot traffic.
Yeah, in that spot particular? Bruh.
But, I mean, in terms of, like, actually selling product, like how you just said second behind Vegas, why wouldn't you choose Vegas then?
Because you have so many Nike stuff down there. Like, there's more Nike outlets than opposed to Nike stores.
I think they outlets are like
you
one or
had
two in the country.
Like, there's a Nike store inside the Caesars Palace. Then you got Shoe Palace. Then you got other stores. And the mall has a Foot Locker and Finish Line. So you have more competition for that as opposed to.
I mean, we got to remember he went to college down there. That was like his area, you know what I'm saying? So,
I mean, I guess
Orlando, Disney Springs, foot traffic, you gotta think more people pass by, more people are likely to walk in, and more people likely to walk in, more people buy stuff.
Because you're on vacation. You're not coming on vacation to be penny pinching. So,
exactly.
But I mean, if you're on
Disney,
but if you're on vacation and if you go into Disney World to go to Disney World, just in my mind, I'm not going out there to buy shoes.
But here's my thing. You already paid for your Disney tickets before you got out there.
Right.
So everything you go out there with is spending money.
Exactly.
Well, you might not have had that much money to spend.
Who go down to Disney
World?
You're not going to Disney World.
I'm just saying. I'm just trying to think in general of the people that's going in there that's not spending money.
Nah, bro. You going on there. You going on
so
there.
then why aren't those
cash?
So then why aren't they spending money?
Because they didn't have much footwear product outside of Jordan. Like, if you had more Air Maxes, 270s, the bronze.
So if you had,
that was another thing.
So if you were Foot Locker. So if you were Foot Locker.
But here's my thing. You were Foot Locker, but you had Foot Locker's not getting no SMUs or whatever like that. They were getting that. So you get a Jordan heads, plus you can get the other Nike people. But people are coming there who are Nike fans. Oh, okay, I'll crop a shirt, but there's nothing much else.
Here's the problem, though. Like, I'm not sure they knew this going in, but as far as when they do a release, Disney at some point, I don't know if it's the beginning or maybe in the middle.
Beginning, the first two releases.
Yeah, it was like, we can't have that crowd here. You know what I'm saying? So now you got to do pop-ups everywhere else, which kind of, like, if I'm used to going to this store and then I find out.
the purpose of actually having that brick and mortar location.
Right. Like, it's like if you used to go into a Foot Locker location and all of a sudden they're like, okay, well, you got to go downtown to our pop-up to get the shoe. You can be like, wait, what? Like, I'm used to coming here and
you got to pay for a pop-up to make the money for the shoe.
Exactly.
You got to pay for the brick.
I mean, I like I said, I understand, like, why I guess what's happening is happening. It just seems like a lot of challenges, but I mean, just in terms of like that area.
I mean, you would think, but then again, like,
why not put it in the airport?
Like Foot Locker.
Okay.
Shit, I don't know.
You can't buy nothing in the airport once you have to have a plane ticket to get past TSA. You know
exactly. Yeah.
So that's the thing about it.
And if you're flying back from Disney, you probably don't have money at that point. So now
it's like, you know.
I don't know. I'm trying to think of like every rational other location.
No, I mean, Orlando's a good spot because, like, I want to say they're number one or number two as far as outlets. They got like 5 different Nike outlets, just all like within 30 minutes of each other, which is crazy. And they all are like real big.
When DTLR actually had built a temporary outlet in Orlando when they first took over Villa to get rid of, we had to send a lot of old outdated product down there so they can sell it and get rid of it. So that's why it makes sense to do that.
Yeah. But they're going to stay in Orlando, just not at Disney
that
Springs.
Location.
Yeah. Which, like I said, I can only imagine how much Disney Springs is charging. I mean, it ain't cheap.
They use that money to buy Fox.
No, I use the money off them Hot Wheel cars. I mean, the Hot Wheel car, like here, 99 cents down there, it's like $6.50. The markups is crazy.
They 99 cents here? You sure?
Yes, yeah. I went to my son gets a car every time we go to the store. So yeah, I almost feel like I'm buying cars for Birdman.
Can't nobody outdo me with these cars.
Oh man, it'd be fun if I see Birdman on his hands and knees with his Hot Wheels like.
Or tree.
Sakai has a Nike LDV waffle collection dropping this summer. Anybody excited for that? No. Okay.
Is that the one with the double tongue?
It has like the three or four swooshes. It looks crazy.
It looked like a lunar bottom on it instead of like an actual.
It's like the
bottom.
actual. No, it actually has a waffle bottom.
Yeah, that's what I think.
But it kind of looked like lunar line on the side of it.
No, I think that's the one with the two tongues, right?
I don't know. Pull it up. It should be on Sneaker Picture. It should be like on the first page, on the homepage.
Is that another plug?
Yep. While he's looking that up, the Dark Mocha Travis Scott Air Jordan 1 low is slated to release in September. And I don't like the ones, so I'm definitely not going for the lows.
JB, what you think of those?
I haven't seen them yet.
You haven't seen the Travis Scott ones?
Not the lows.
Oh, okay. But you seen the highs though?
Yeah.
You like the highs?
Yeah, I like the highs.
There's a Levi Nike Air Force One collection rumored for this fall. Right. Supreme has, I know, Jumpman, you're ready.
You talking about these right here, right? Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
I'm not a fan of any of those.
Yeah, but you see how on the side.
Why though? Like honestly, like I'm looking at it just as a shoe. I don't see the appeal, but maybe that's just me.
You see how on the side it looks like a lunar midsole
That's
almost?
because it's like a double stack regular sole. I like the red, white, and blue ones. That's it.
I like the green one.
Because it's hard to make a bad red, white, and blue shoe. But even then, I'm kind of like, straight.
These what Plat 7s is like Travis Scottish.
Supreme has two colorways of the Air Jordan 14 that are supposed to drop this fall and winter.
There must be a black one that says Supreme and a white one that says Supreme.
Or camo print that says Supreme. That says Sup.
I'm happy they make a Supreme LeBron. I'm like, this is just.
Didn't they make?
I might just find all.
You know they will. Not just get ready.
I just might find all the Infinity songs myself and snap. Like get rid of half these people in the sneaker.
Since they doing Yeezy LeBron, what's that? 16?
15, yeah, that shit. That
they gonna go in the vault and go find something for you.
No,
man.
Supreme Zoom Generation 1.
Thanos, but like you do not deserve a regular general release.
Guru gonna walk into a Supreme store like I am inevitable.
I destroyed the sneakers app because it's too tempting for bots. So I have to. This is I need this. I did you all a favor by getting rid of the sneakers app.
Yeah, then they gonna chop his head off.
Oh,
They ain't gonna chop my head off because I got that Loki. Tesseract.
Hey, look, he gonna look at his son like, "Thank you, son."
Nah,
I should have treated you differently.
Perhaps I was
I'm like, little Guru, get the Tesseract. We out. That's what I'm gonna get. We gonna out. What's our boy name who tried to capture Doctor Strange when it was in New York? What's his name?
Dang, I forgot his name.
Oh yeah,
I know you're talking about.
That's little Guru. Guru thanks you. You think we come to take over your planet, relieve you from all of your stress and anxiety of buying hype and overpriced shoes
with the eyes, with the weird eyes. Oh man, that is too funny. I can just see that. Just a purple cloud appears and Guru just walk out. Oh man, your son could be like, "How much did it cost you?" Everything.
Ain't gonna cost me nothing. We got rid of a lot of these fools. It cost us nothing. Back to regular price stuff. Back to getting retros on sale. Not no sweater sevens either.
Well, go ahead and snap your fingers then.
Hell yeah.
Help us
Okay,
out.
wait, please. You already know. I be scrolling on
It's
Instagram.
gonna look like a Laffy Taffy video in that story. He could be in there.
I be looking on Instagram, man. I be like, man, how far are we away from Voldemir? I be looking like, come on, bro. There's a couple people I could push off of Soul Stone.
It wouldn't work because you don't love him.
Oh
Right.
yeah. Like dang, like
You just gonna push him up.
what's my
just
boy
push him
name?
up.
Like dog.
Red Skull gonna be like they had to be alive when you brought him here.
Yeah, and I was
he's
like,
gonna be
dang,
like,
you on your 4-person guru. I was like, man, he said he loves sneakers. I'm gonna go
how many times you need the Soul Stone guru? Oh man, he gonna just come up there with a bag full of dead bodies. Probably YouTube.
They're alive.
Oh, they'll be alive.
They're alive. It's just are they alive inside? That's all.
He's just trying to be philosophical with that.
Guru.
All right, so we already talked about the Greek Freak, but yeah, the Supreme. I don't know. Some
Garbage.
them yellow joints.
I feel like
something.
some-
Jumpman ain't even
like
seen the
some-
shoe yet. He's-
I seen it.
Like the Supreme
Supreme.
5s were cool, but I feel
No,
like
the Supreme 14s.
I seen it. Yeah, I was on there on Kick It with Dee Dee's page.
they actually have a
I
real
went on
picture.
there and commented on there.
Or did they have a picture of the actual shoe or no?
Yeah.
Oh, it's not a rendering. I gotta see
It's not.
this.
It's a real actual shoe.
You said it's on Kick It with DD's?
I gotta see this.
I gotta see
just
this
saw the
too.
little
We taking
rendering.
time out of the show. We
I
had
gotta see
commercials.
this. Still have that 14.
We could take a commercial break.
We know it ain't gonna be a crap commercial.
Well, hell no.
She took it down.
Well, she took it down.
Dang.
Yeah, it was on there.
What did it look like?
Want.
What color was it?
It was white and had the red Supreme.
Told you.
The 14?
I told you.
That was an actual shoe?
Yeah.
Come on now.
Ah,
She
Kiss
probably
my
took it
ass,
down
yo.
because maybe it was.
they so y'all. They gonna say
so whack.
they're gonna remix.
Are you
the
giving Supreme that much credit to think they was gonna do something otherwise?
That's
No,
so
because
whack.
I would give them credit because looking at the camo 5s and how they did the 5s were dope. They were straight. But
Yeah, the camo files are straight.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like
I'll
I
give 'em
gave
that.
them from a Jordan aspect. That's the Jordan they did.
That's the one Supreme Jordan that I like.
Yeah, but then Jordan ended up dropping a reflective camo 5.
They
Like
wasn't that good.
it wasn't that good, but it was like you took the same concept.
it wasn't the same.
It was the same, bro. That was a definite downgrade. That's the one shoe I give Supreme credit on. I with you on Guru. Like that's the one.
As far as
Even-
Jordan wise, they
yeah, that was the one. That was it. Because like even the white and black ones, I was like, the black ones are essentially a metallic 5. So the white ones, they ain't gonna age real. So the only ones that was worth getting was the camo, and they actually looked straight. And they didn't overdo it with the Supreme thing. They had it like subtly in the.
And I don't give Supreme no credit.
Look, I don't like it, but I mean, give credit where credit is due.
I treat Supreme like how you treat Yeezys.
But see, those are just
They got
bad
some
shoes.
straight stuff. Supreme has some straight stuff. I think
I should have
the
screenshot
fan,
The tailwinds were straight too.
yeah, the straight ones were straight too. I think the fan base just. I
That's-
even like the
yeah,
98s,
I agree.
the white, the gray
But
and blue
see,
98s.
like I said, the
It's the
same way
fan
how you
base.
feel about the fan base of Yeezys is how
Yeah,
I feel
that's
about
what it is.
Supreme.
No, I don't like the shoe at all. And the fan base just makes me hate them even more. Supreme, I hate the fan base, but I'm able to say, okay, this shoe was decent. Like, I close my eyes and I tell myself it's not Supreme, and I look at the shoe as it is, and I'm like, okay, this is decent. This is cool.
So why can't you do that with a Yeezy?
Because they just, I open my eyes and they still trash to me.
I don't know.
Like those,
They-
I
I'm not
hate
all over
them
my
shoes.
trash.
I hate them shoes. Like, I mean, look, if y'all like them, that's fine. Like, but I feel like the majority of people like them for one reason, and it has nothing to do with the shoe.
The same reason I can say the majority of people like Supreme shoes for one reason.
No, I agree with you. That part I agree with you. But we talking about, like, I can only speak for myself. So I'm saying when I like that shoe, when I say that
You
shoe,
like it because it's limited.
I feel like people like I feel like the newer age people only like Jordans because of Jordans, not so much because the history of seeing him play.
Yeah,
just
I agree
because
with you
of
on that.
Jordan. So I mean, it's gonna be set up. Like
I agree with you. Yeah, everything. But I mean, I feel like it's a pie chart though. It's like, okay, like how much of that is an effect versus
Actually, a lot of
other
people
shoes.
who don't never seen Jordan play like Jordans,
Yeah.
just because they're retros.
Well, no, I agree with you. Like,
I mean,
as
just
far
'cause
as the
it's
younger
got-
generation.
It's got a name.
Yeah, I feel like because the younger generation, yeah, but I'm talking about as far as like me, you, Jumpman, Geeno, maybe.
I mean, we're the last of the Mohicans.
Damn,
so-
maybe.
I mean, when Supreme came out and Snap, they killed half the universe. So I mean, we're the only ones left.
Yeah. So we got to go back. For the ones that's not in this room. We got to make it
We
count.
owe it to everybody that's out here.
The hate beast came through and killed the quantum rail reactor. So that's a wrap. We can't go back.
We still got Ant-Man's van, though, so we good.
There you go.
Who's the Ant-Man bag? Jumpman Basic?
The airship.
Jumpman Basic.
Jumpman
Basic. That's one time
It's
we
gone.
were going back in time.
Oh, it's gone? Damn, okay. We just fucked it.
Yeah.
No quantum realm for us.
No go back in time.
We stuck here.
We'll have a new one soon.
I'll bet. So going to the stories, Adidas wants Beyonce to be the new Yeezy.
Stop it.
I didn't even read the story yet, JB.
Stop it.
He's already upset.
Yes.
Okay, so if you Adidas and you hanging off a
Me and
cliff,
Gene told you. Me and Gene told you.
Jump, man, if you hanging off a cliff and you Adidas and you had to pick Beyonce or Kanye,
Oh, you know I'm wrong.
I was gonna say, like, I thought it was a pretty easy choice.
No-brainer, bro.
Yeah. I mean, for
I'm grabbing the shoes. Yeah, I was gonna say.
Somewhere do it any day. You know what I'm saying?
Come here.
Right. You sound like Harvey Weinstein. An article written by Charlie Carballo.
Take her back to the brothel.
Oh boy, I don't think I ever want to go to the brothel ever, man. That place just sound nasty.
You're not welcome anyway.
In an article written by Charlie Carballo I just know it's gonna be a Pepsi truck parked out front.
I was laughing how people said back when Tristan thing blew up with Jordan Woods. People was like, "Get out, Tristan." Lamar had to die to get away from Chloe.
Wow.
I was like, "That's funny, but it's not."
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
I think the funniest. I don't know if I said it on the show.
Yeah, you said on the show. The only time he scored in the paint was over her. Yeah.
No, the only time he scored inside was. An article written by Charlie Carballo for Forward News. Beyonce's partnership with Adidas relaunches her Ivy Park label with apparel, footwear, and lifestyle products. And with that, Adidas is hoping that they're positioned to repeat the same success that they've had with Kanye. Adidas' strategy includes a relationship much like Yeezy, existing outside of Adidas as a standalone label. Beyonce will also bring in her own team, possibly setting up shop in LA, where she lives, or in Portland at Adidas' North American headquarters, which kind of ties into what we were saying about the whole thing anyway, because she signed with Adidas, but it was still the same issues there as with Reebok. And so her bringing in her own team makes a lot of sense.
Adidas had more money than Reebok.
Yeah, and it hard
offer her the Ivy Park.
And Adidas ain't got they ain't got representation there either. So,
like I said, when I had actually screenshot the comments from her first Adidas post, and people was going crazy, like, when can I buy? And I told you that Beyonce's followers, their buying power is great. That's why they
but I will say this though, because I ain't seen nobody wearing Ivy Park yet, and I ain't been everywhere in the world. So
you won't have to. They're just gonna be wearing Adidas.
It's gonna be.
But this supposed to be the Ivy Park Adidas thing.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, that's because it was in Ladies Foot Locker, which how many Ladies Foot Lockers there are?
I was gonna say
like 6.
I was gonna say they closed damn near all of them.
Yeah,
two of them here, so I know the other 4 are.
That's it.
And Dick's Sport Goods don't really, they wasn't gonna be like, oh, Ivy.
I mean, we'll see. Like, I really think though there is this perception that we can just sign celebrity and our shit with.
Well, that wouldn't normally work, but in that instance, it's going to work.
I don't know,
because here's my thing: the Grambling that she outfitted the Grambling University and the Adidas stuff. They had the Adidas stripe for her. Their rollout with her was done correctly with the Beyonce.
Well, no, I'm saying, like, when was this?
Well, so the Adidas was like the 3 stripes. They had the Grambling bird.
No, I mean, when was this?
It's an ad.
It was
an ad.
Okay. So that rollout with her was fine. They had to take a picture with the shoes. We as real sneaker people know that, okay, they just had to take a picture on top of some shoes. But the women who...
Because the picture was hot that I saw, but it was like... But then in my mind, and I even put this in the post, like, people that's like, oh, yeah, it was like, okay, name that shoe.
But that's the purpose of signing her, people who are not in the sneakers to get to buy your shoes.
And then the same thing I had said too is each one of those shoes that's in that picture is a shoe that's damn near readily available, with the exception of some of those Yeezys.
I agree with you, but my point is that, so like going back to like the whole Yeezy comparison, since they want to make her like Kanye, right? Like going back to a couple years ago, they was talking about like Yeezy's got the most likes on Instagram and all that other stuff, but it didn't correlate to actual sales. So while Yeezys have done well socially, right? So for Adidas' social profile, it's still not one of their biggest sellers. And so I'm thinking in those terms, like, okay, yes, you're going to get a lot of likes on Instagram, but is it really going to correlate?
But I feel like it will, because one, that was guys buying Yeezys. The women came on 2-3 years after the Yeezy train.
Women
buy are true shoppers. One. Yeah. 2, also, Yeezy, at that time that report came out, Yeezy product was still limited. Now it's more readily available. So when that report comes out next year, the year after, those numbers are going to be better. So that's my takeaway from it.
And then even like I said before too, is like, even with it not being Ivy Park branded, it could just be Adidas branded. And they're going to flock to it because they're going to say that she represents Adidas.
Right.
Because when she wore that little one-piece Derrick Rose jersey, them flew like hotcakes everywhere else.
Even in the picture that she got on with that bathing suit, that's like an Adidas bathing suit. It's nothing.
And when she went to the Jay-Z B-side concert, them terrible. When she went to Adidas, Jay-Z B-side concert, instead of wearing heels, instead of wearing heels, she had on shell toes. You know what I'm saying?
Well, so you know what? Watch me go to SneakerCon and like everybody's wearing those.
Yeah, this
wearing the full outfit though.
Probably.
This design is terrible. This is like barefoot.
But the other thing too with Adidas, I think it's probably going to be good for them if they pull it off right. Would be especially if hypothetically the Houston Rockets are able to get to the Western Conference Finals and possibly the NBA Finals. Then you can. That's what I said. Possibly. You can have a situation where you have Beyonce courtside in Adidas apparel with the Adidas athlete and James Harden.
And Damian Lillard gets, so you got 2-star Adidas athletes.
If your Western Conference Finals is Portland, Houston, as Adidas, that's a dream matchup.
But you know why I don't put faith in their marketing? Because they haven't marketed anything yet.
I agree. That's why I said
Beyonce has her own team.
No, Beyonce, I trust her. I don't trust Adidas.
But
that's her team working on behalf of Adidas, so that's why it's going to work.
No, they working on behalf of her. Here's the thing.
Which is
no, it's not one and the same. No, it's not one and the same at all. But what I was going to say was like even with Damian Lillard, right? Like how he just balled out just in the last round, right? Like, and they had nothing.
Chance Morris actually promoted him more than
like Adidas had nothing set up for this dude.
Time out. Sometimes I think Adidas feels like they might be spurned because when Derrick Rose had his stuff, he was getting commercials. He was getting a lot of marketing.
But you can't look, Derrick Rose situation, I get it. It sucked, right? For everybody involved. However, you can't treat every relationship like that.
I agree. But I feel like they feel like
that's like dating somebody like, she played you, but you can't treat every girlfriend you get like she.
The other part to that is Chicago was a much larger market than Portland too. So
yeah, but his shoes are selling in Japan, so it wasn't really like that over here.
I mean, but it's easier to make commercials and like
everybody's shoes sell.
Do mass media for somebody in a larger
because
market.
it's more people in China there is in the entire.
And they buy like everything American, so
yeah. But
I know they flip it and make it look better.
Like our podcast, that's probably where like all those are coming from.
Well, I mean, now when Guru do the Asian voice.
No, not.
Oh yeah,
I talk about Fake Factory. Let's not get it over here.
They just edit out Guru.
I like put the rest
I
have
of the
no
show.
problem with Tony.
They got their own version of the podcast.
Yeah. I have no problem with Asian
They
people.
dubbing our show.
So, go over there soon.
We can never go over there because we gonna come back without Guru.
Nah, I'm
as soon as you got the plane, they gonna be waiting.
I'm fine over there.
They gonna cane you.
I'm good. Over there in China.
You sure?
It's positive.
Okay,
positive.
I'm scared for you.
No, I just say you touch me, I call Pharrell. He pull all this bait from these stores.
We definitely not going. We not going.
You said well, they're gonna threaten my life, and I said what I would say. I didn't harm nobody. I just said I'm gonna have Pharrell and I go pull the bait. That's all I said.
Just because you said it more passive aggressively.
No, it's not. It's not. I didn't threaten nobody.
Zion Williamson sneaker deal could eclipse $100 million.
Yeah, if Adidas give it to him. That's what
an article written by, you know what? It's funny you say that. An article written by Kyle Rooney for hotnewhiphop.com. Sources at multiple brands expect Zion Williamson's sneaker deal to reach the same levels as what Adidas tried to sign LeBron James to.
No, he didn't.
Back when he was being courted by the brands. No, he didn't what?
They didn't offer him enough. That's why Nike came with the $90 million. So you can't say the same thing they offered. I'm just talking about the article, right?
Yeah.
Not you, yeah.
Nike, Adidas, Under Armour, New Balance, Puma, and Anta. I can tell you right now, New Balance, Anta, and Under Armour, you might as well just pull out. Are all expected to make pitches to Zion with the expectation that he'll make his decision before the draft lottery on May 14th. I don't know if that's going to happen. Footwear design legend Dwayne Edwards receives honorary degree. Shout out to Dwayne. Article written by ArtCenter.edu.
Nah, legendary interview.
Legendary. Yeah, it's going to go down in like podcast history. Pensole's Dwayne Edwards. I'll read this. Will receive an honorary degree from ArtCenter College of Design. Dwayne even delivered the keynote address at the spring graduation ceremony this past weekend. Shout out to him. Got nothing but love for him. However, that interview.
We ain't gonna say nothing about that interview because this is his moment to shine. So
yes,
shout out to Dwayne.
Man, because I still got a sore spot about that one.
Show Dwayne what he's doing.
They got TiVo for a reason. You can watch the game later. They got highlights. ESPN 24/7. Nike has trademarked the term crypto kicks. Anybody want to take a guess as to what that means? Shot of dark.
I don't know. I'm scared. They crypto kicked these retro bronze. I'm upset.
Nate Robinson, because he had the kryptonite
Wow, you went back. What was that? 08?
Man, I don't know. Them was flight posits, wasn't they?
Yeah.
flight posits.
Oh boy. Okay. An article written.
Did I go too far?
You went far off. Like you're not even on the same planet. You like on Thanos' planet, helping them pick fruit. Yep.
Not with the fruit.
You helping them pick fruit.
I'm putting the salt in the dish.
Like the fact,
Picking berries.
Cooking with Yeezy clothes on. You traded the Infinity Stones for season 3. Let me find out, man. Let me find out.
Oh man, it did look like he was wearing the Yeezy collection.
Oh man.
Oh man, you know what's crazy? He just left Coachella's Sunday service. What's crazy about that is they actually took the time to have somebody do the CGI to have Thanos picking up salt and sprinkling it.
They should have used the salt
into
dude.
the pot. Huh?
They should have used the salt dude.
What salt dude?
Dude.
Oh, off his elbow?
Yeah.
He should have did it in there like that. Like you just snapped that.
That would have been gangster.
That been so popish, culture-ish. It's like, come on now. You know, dude on Titan, bro, with no TV is not putting no salt on no whatever.
I mean, look, you just killed half the universe. You can do whatever you want to.
Whatever berry soup he was making.
Berry soup.
No, you kill half the universe.
I mean, you kill half the universe.
That'd be funny if Thanos was making a pie.
He a vegetarian. He can't eat no meat no more. He killed half the universe off.
How are you a vegetarian though?
Did you see any animals on that planet with him?
Berries.
Good point. That's a good point. I stand corrected.
That's how he got his head chopped off.
Oh boy.
He didn't have no protein.
So maybe we missed the part where on the DVD we get him watching the Dr. Sebi documentary and he's like, okay, I gotta get to an alkaline diet.
God. When we get back to Titan, I gotta change my life. An article written by Stephen O'Neill for Yahoo News. Nike is considering entering the field of cryptocurrencies. A document surfaced recently, filed with the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office.
Okay, wait till you get done with this article. Go ahead.
Revealing Nike's intention to launch crypto kicks. Nike's filing mentions crypto wallets, both software and hardware, which are downloadable mobile applications for providing access to crypto collectibles, crypto art, and application tokens, as well as an online marketplace featuring footwear and clothing. Excuse me. The document also describes plans for providing a digital currency for use by members of an online community and enabling transactions to be completed using unconventional currency systems. This implies that Nike might integrate cryptocurrencies into its online marketing. Just last month, Nike reported that its digital business brought in more than $1 billion in quarterly sales for the first time, which is a 36% rise from the same period a year ago. In the trademark application, Nike also wants to reserve the name CryptoKicks for providing online blogs in the field of crypto collectibles and offering online computer games such as scavenger hunts, treasure hunts, and obstacle courses. Nike also applied for the trademark name of footwear, which is a mashup of the words footwear and software. If anyone is wondering when all of this will be made available, Nike's trademark application was made on a 1B basis, which means Nike has submitted a sworn statement indicating that they intend to use the trademark in the near future.
Who going first?
All I know is, as far as I'm not going to pretend I know anything that detailed about cryptocurrencies, other than the fact that I am wary of them and I am reluctant to get involved in any of that. But
that just sounds like they're about to have some Nike VC from 2K.
That's
on
what it
there.
sounds like.
And first thing, it's hard as heck buying sneakers with real money.
Yeah.
How you think it's gonna be where in order to get this shoe, I gotta have cryptocurrency? And like, come on, man.
So the money so now you have to pay and have your money converted into cryptocurrency.
Man.
So my question is gonna be, what's gonna be the exchange value?
It's a shell game. That's all it is. Like, honestly, it's meant to confuse the hell out of you, right? Because if it's so many layers, at some point you'll stop paying attention, or you'll get distracted, or whatever.
Why I gotta buy with my real money, buy internet money to buy something I want when it's been like it's just like that's just doing too.
Sound like they've been playing 2K too long.
That's what it is, and it's just doing too much. You making the sneaker buying process harder.
Man, look, I always say I wish we go back to the time where we had to line up outside the store. That's all I ask for.
How about even the internet? You can buy sneakers without leaving your home. What's wrong with if you don't work with PayPal or the Google Wallet? What you think cryptocurrency gonna do?
You know what's the problem with this is now.
What the blackout happen? You can't access your cryptocurrency.
This is the funny thing is this just opens up.
I mean, you're not buying anything on the blackout.
This just opens up the door wider for the resale apps.
Or
like, would you say like who's gonna want to spend? We have a hard enough time, like you said, getting shoes off the sneakers app. Right. And we are already forced to go to the resale market. So now even with this, now I'm going to have a hard enough time trying to convert my money into cryptocurrency, and I don't know what the exchange value is going to be. I might as well just get them for the resale price.
Well, I put it like this too, though. Like, it's easier to steal somebody's identity online than to rob a bank or to actually rob a person in person. So you got that angle, you know what I'm saying? Because now all your stuff is like online. So now, you know, somebody can hack.
How secure is a Nike server going to be, even when they sites crash all the time?
Man, I don't know.
Like, secure. If you can't buy nothing, how you gonna steal something? So I mean,
I'm always wary of, like, even now, like, I'm wary about, you know, putting too much stuff.
I should,
you know what? Internet, even though I know people could probably find it if they wanted to.
We should have been paying attention to Stony Starks. Stony Starks has Jarvis. That's what you're gonna need in about 5 years to buy sneakers. Jarvis is LeBron 3's online.
I'm gonna get that Mind Stone and get Ultron together.
Man.
Yeah, just Thunder's come take it out your forehead. Now you can't. So you come take it out your forehead. Now you can't buy sneakers for 5 years.
There's gonna be a lot of people at Vermeer waiting to throw dead bodies off.
Yeah.
Guru.
Right. All the way behind Guru because he got a pile of bodies he kicking up.
It's gonna be like being in the bottle room at Myers.
Oh wow. Puma outperforms Nike and Adidas to post the best quarter profits ever. An article written by Fabian Gorsler for Highest Nobody. Puma recorded the best quarter ever in sales and earnings due to a healthy demand in North America and avoiding the supply chains issues that has plagued Adidas. Puma's first quarter sales rose a currency adjusted 15.3% to $1.47 billion. This exceeded expectations of $1.45 billion. This has Puma growing faster than the rivals at Nike and Adidas in North America. In comparison, Nike's quarterly revenues failed to beat estimates and for the first time in over a year, sent Nike stock tumbling 5%. While the growth is encouraging for Puma, it is worth noting that quarterly growth as a percentage can be misleading as it doesn't properly take into account the total value of sales. As Puma starts off with a smaller share of the market, there's more room for them to grow in comparison to the rivals, which is what I always argue when people talk about where they rose. This percentages only tell half the story, just like stats, right? They only tell half the story.
I was going to say, that sounded like Matt Powell wrote that.
No, actually, this is contextual. So, yeah, Matt Powell didn't write this. Matt Powell has.
I mean, because it just seemed like.
You know what's funny? I like talking to Matt, like, every now and then, but it's like.
But his numbers are just so, like, delayed.
That's because, you know, so this is the thing about Matt Powell, right? Matt Powell is great at looking at the numbers and telling you what has happened, right? But he cannot forecast. You know what I'm saying? And it's hard for him to contextualize those numbers because he is somebody who is not really familiar with the sneaker community or the industry. Like, he's familiar with the executives and the brands as far as how they work, but as far as the industry, as far as us is concerned, he does not know how to add that into his analysis. And so that's why his analysis seems so black and white and vague of any real insight from where we stand, because it's like here you have somebody who's just looking at the numbers, which is, I mean, it's kind of easy to do. Like, I can look back at the last week and tell you it rained Thursday. You know what I'm saying? And then,
you don't have to be a meteorologist to do
yeah,
that.
you know what I'm saying? Like, and he's not a forecaster. And then, like I said, even when he does give you analysis, it does seem like it lacks a certain level of context because he is void of knowing certain things that go on in the sneaker world, you know. And it's funny because he kind of laughs off the sneaker community as like this thing that is not real.
Then stop trying to give insight.
But it is. So, there's that. Cause even like while I like going back to Yeezys, right? So while he's saying, Kanye had no effect, even I would have say he had an effect Now, whether or not it equated to dollars and cents, that's where I divert from everybody else. But as far as value, yeah, there's social value to what he did because now it puts Adidas on the map. And so now people are aware of Adidas and they're aware of their products, which Beyonce might also help in regards to. But it's still, like I said, my only difference of opinion from everybody else is what it equates to. But as far as to say it doesn't have any value, that's bullshit. Like, for anybody to fix their mouth and to say that. As a matter of fact, he was on that up until the numbers showed up, and then the numbers showed that, yes, Kanye did have an impact. Now, it wasn't this huge impact, but it was an impact. And so then he was forced to kind of come around and say, well, yeah, it was like, well, why did the numbers have to?
I mean, they had an impact versus Adidas' previous year numbers.
Yeah. So it's like, well, going back to your meteorologist.
When you go against yourself, yeah, that'll have an impact.
I would say that might have been their biggest signing in their history.
Adidas signing Kanye?
In their history?
I would give you that because, again, when you talk about versus their own numbers, yeah, of course, they skyrocketed.
I'm literally trying to go through history, though. Like, well, what's another
you got
big Adidas
T-Mac,
signing?
they got Harden, they got who else? Dame Lillard, they got I'm trying to go back to the 90s. Antoine Walker with the Real Deal.
You might have even said that.
Who else?
Early Kobe.
Yeah.
I mean, outside of that, like basketball-wise, I mean, it felt like they put all their eggs in one basket.
Well, we're just saying Adidas in general. I would agree that Kanye was probably their biggest signing.
Yeah, no, hands down.
Yeah, easily.
And I would even say like top signings in history, like top 10 athlete or person signings with a brand, I would put him top 10. I would have Jordan 1. I would
probably put Kanye too, honestly.
No.
Yes, because without that lifestyle brand, they go under. They're Under Armour.
I was going to say, imagine.
Without Kanye, they're Under Armour.
Imagine what Adidas would be without Kanye. It wouldn't exist.
I'm saying, but to put him over
Nike would have bought him out already.
I wouldn't put him over LeBron in that regard. Like
yes, because it's not far as impact. You feel like LeBron carried the second wave after Jordan for the new kids, but what Kanye did for Adidas, he got older people and newer people to buy that.
But that's my point though. I think it's easy to kind of dismiss LeBron's impact in that regard because Nike was already doing well. So like to see somebody continue on their course as opposed to somebody who wasn't even on course and now they're on course, that's gonna catch your eye more because that person wasn't even in the race. But that doesn't mean that it had the same level of.
Well, everybody that was on Adidas except for Dame Lillard, Nike had on there. They had Harden, they had Kanye, but they didn't give them the opportunity though.
That's my point. Like they had them, but it was like, what were they wearing? It was like wearing Hyperdunk.
Come on, the Yeezys. Even what he's doing with the Adidas, the Yeezys on Nikes were way better than the Adidas ones. But they didn't give him the axe. They didn't give him the.
No, that's my point. I'm agreeing with you. I'm saying like, yeah, they had Harden and Curry, but they didn't have their own models. It was like
because they were giving them their own model. No reason why they didn't pick them because their presentations weren't apart. When you presented Curry and when they got Kevin Durant name on the PowerPoint slide,
no, we saying the same thing. Like I'm just saying, like they had those names, but they wasn't really doing anything with them. You know what I'm saying? Like
I feel like the only way you can maybe edge LeBron out because from the get go, the $90 million, and he outperformed his contract. Far as for the second wave of influence,
I mean, you got Iverson with Reebok.
Yeah, but I mean, when you talk about influence and you talk about Kanye,
but after the fifth shoe, nobody was really buying Iversons. The fourth shoe, nobody was buying.
I mean, shit, like Iverson. I mean, like Kanye came out a bunch of shoes. We still buying the same shoe with different colors.
But that's exactly why I would put him number 2. That's the exact reason why. Because
Jordan does have us buying the same shoes. They just come out a little bit further.
Right, but at least he's had 30. That's my point, though. Like he's had at least 30 years.
Nobody's always buying
on
30. They're buying
no, but I'm saying though, like after a while, I mean, you got to come up with different colorways of those silhouettes if you continue.
But then that's almost always like the same way how we talk about the basketball argument. You gonna blame Jordan for coming out with a shoe back in '84? Like, is that his fault?
Oh, what are you saying?
Is that his fault that his shoes have been out longer versus Kanye's shoes not being out?
No. My argument is after 30 years, like if you want to keep retro in the 4, you can't come out with the same original colorways. You got to come out with different colorways.
Came out like 4 times, didn't it?
Yes, you can.
With the Yeezys, it's like dog, like you've only been around for so long, like you still have room to where you can keep coming out with silhouettes.
But people, imagine when these kids right now that's 15, 16 years old when they get 30 and they retro MMD, they retro Ultra Boost, they're
already retro them now. Like they gotta
retro. I'm talking about real retro, not like we struggling. Let's throw this shoe back out there. I'm like real retro. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what I'm kind of looking at.
I mean, the reason I give probably Kanye number 2 would be Exactly what you just said. They keep coming out with the same shoe, just different colors, right?
And they sell.
They sell out.
He get them to buy the same.
I mean, and to say they sell out, I mean, there's a couple of them that you could say sell out. I mean, I think all brands do this, not just Adidas, when they just buy out their own shit and then they come out to restock. But
I feel like no, his actually because you actually see people wearing his shoe, though.
And that's the other part too, is because as much as we talk about,
and on the secondary market, forget the retail, on the secondary market, he's running the secondary market.
Because when we talk about a lot of the Jordans coming out, the first thing we always say,
they resell them.
Well, exactly. We never see anybody in them.
No.
So
outside of OG colors, no.
Exactly. So I mean, at least with the Yeezys, you actually see people really wearing them. I mean,
I feel like the argument Jumpman's like, what the hell are we talking about? I feel like that argument.
His influence is like, to me, I think you got to look beyond just.
I'm not saying he's not influential, but if we're talking about the shoes, like certain shoes you see everybody wear. I don't think I see everybody wearing every single color.
Well, I would say this: he had people lining up for his shoes on 2 different brands, and that doesn't always happen. And he had them.
But let's be honest, though, like minus the last year, most of those shoes you got to kind of look at in a vacuum because they were so limited, and that was the biggest reason why people was buying them. You know what I'm saying? Once again, when you that new thing, everybody goes for the shiny new thing as opposed to the thing that's been around for 30 years.
But everything coming from Nike, everybody doesn't take a step up. Leaving Nike going to another
usually
brand.
go backwards.
Yeah,
I agree with you. I mean, that's what makes them different. However, it's easy. I mean, let's be honest. He's been around, like the Yeezy's been around since what? Like the Adidas version.
Oh, the Adidas version has been around about 3.5 years.
Right. So you compare it to something like it's a lot easier to be the new thing than the old thing. That's all I'm saying. So, we'll see what happens. Like
I'm saying what he was able to do in that.
Oh yeah, what he's been able to do. Yeah, that's why I agree with you. He's probably one of the biggest signings in Adidas history. Now I have to really think. Like I want to just say, yeah, he's top 2 without actually giving a 10 to think about it.
I would say he was top 5. I would say
Jordan.
I would say
I give him top 2.
I can understand you putting Kanye. I would put LeBron. Yep. Everybody else after that is like.
Because once again, you talking about Yeezy, you got to look at it in a vacuum. Because if we want to really do numbers, let's actually put up the numbers LeBron and shoes have sold versus Kanye's shoes have sold. We can come up with all the reasons why they don't have as many numbers. Fact of the matter is, if you are a business and you're talking about selling shoes, period, and making money off those shoe sales, period, LeBron has sold more shoes. So
because his shoes are more readily available, but his shoes have hit outlets. Kanye's don't. But now, even with his
it's a lot harder to sell 100,000.
But I'm saying, but even with his increase in production, his shoes, even though his shoes are way more readily available, they still killing the secondary market.
Oh, when you say more readily available compared to what they used to be, that doesn't mean that they're readily available.
Their Yeezys are way
for the most
more.
part, they are readily available.
It's just more than they used to.
No,
I like to see the numbers. I don't know.
The problem isn't about getting the shoe. Isn't about allocation. It's about fighting backdooring, and the backdooring becomes because of the high demand.
Yeah,
people wasn't backdooring on LeBron, so it's hard to judge the thing.
But once again, if this person could sell 100,000 and this person only sells 10,000.
But also too, and LeBron's my guy. I'm gonna keep it 100. That 100,000 sold he's Foot Locker, right?
Yeah.
In order to keep his contract, you got to buy $400,000 worth of LeBron's. I already made my money. Now it's up to him to sell them. If it don't, he got to mark them down or whatever. So when Nike put their money out, that's how much I sold the Foot Locker, Champs, Finish Line, not how much was sold.
Right, but then you can make the argument. But you can make the argument though that model is less dependent in the last couple of years, saying that Nike is going with a more direct to consumer approach. So,
but I feel
with
like
him being able to still sell that without them necessarily having to lean that heavily on that wholesale aspect of it. I think that's where you can still get LeBron the edge. And I
feel like only LeBrons that sell out are limited LeBrons.
Yep.
That's a false. See, this is what I feel like that's a false equator because I'm not talking about selling out. Because for me, a shoe selling out doesn't necessarily, or if a shoe doesn't sell out, doesn't mean that it didn't sell. You know what I'm saying? It sell good numbers. So like, okay, so it sold 80% of the shoes that was available. So there's still 20% still in the stores.
That's damn near a sellout.
But it's not selling out. Like people, because if you could walk into a store and still see a shoe sitting there, people just equate that to not selling.
So then, what do you consider for any of the Yeezys?
What I'm saying is, it's more LeBron, so it's gonna be a lot harder for him to completely sell out his pairs available than it is a Kanye to sell out his Yeezys available. because it's different numbers. You know what I'm saying? So one shoe, because it's just on the numbers alone, it's going to sell out faster.
I'm going to tell you this: if you put out 100,000 pair,
did my mic or your headphones? Was that?
You hear me?
No, I lost you for a second. It might have been my headphones.
I feel like if you put 100,000 pair of LeBrons in Foot Locker stores and 100,000 pair of Yeezys, the Yeezys will still sell more than the LeBrons.
No, I disagree with that.
You are tripping. That is your hatred and bias against.
No, that's not even the bias, because it's because it hasn't happened yet. Everything you said is conjecture. If LeBron's done it,
everything
Kanye
is
hasn't.
based off of an if.
No, it's not, because LeBron has done it. Kanye hasn't. So you can sit there and say
LeBron has been able to do it because LeBron has been able to do it.
I mean, first of all, it's already been proven that, like, first of all, his shoes is the shoes that they made multiple pairs of. Is that my microphone? Like, I'm losing. Is my headphones? Okay. So Kanye, it's been proven already that the shoes that they made more pairs of lost their value compared to the shoes that weren't as limited. So you can already look at that model and then expand it. Okay, so if they make even more shoes, people lose interest in that shoe. It's already shown.
Well, that value is on the secondary market.
No, because the shoes that they made multiple pairs of took longer to sell. They didn't sell out that first day. And then once again, people called Adidas out. And I don't know for sure if this happened or not, but you can make a case that it did. They bought the shoes out, which I'm guessing Adidas ain't the only brand that does that. And then next thing you know, a couple of days later, you got some more pairs available on the website. So my point is, while we can sit there and say, if I'm a brand, I'm looking at the numbers, sheer numbers. This person has sold more shoes, therefore I can make more money with this person. I'm going to ride with that. I'm not saying Kanye can't sell shoes, but to say that he sold more shoes and can sell more shoes when there is no real tangible argument to be made based on that, then, I mean, that's all conjecture. That is just you saying that you think that he can do it because it's enough hype.
What was the last LeBron that you remember selling out? Like, that was a general release.
And actually sold.
You're saying selling out. I'm saying selling more.
Selling good.
We sell, in
retail. There's a difference between selling out and selling good.
No, tell me which was the last LeBron that you remember selling pretty good.
I think the last couple models are sold pretty good.
You lying. They haven't.
They
haven't.
They
haven't. Okay. Again, that's just coming from
retail. All I know is, okay, well, I can tell you this. Nike has made like millions off of it.
That's because, and I told you, they make millions by forcing retailers
but that's not the model they've been going to the last couple of years. Everything has been a more direct.
Isn't it?
No. They do that, but they have gone with a more direct-to-consumer approach. We just read the thing where they just made $1 billion on online sales, went up 36%. LeBron equates to more of their profits than Kanye equates to Adidas' profit. I think the last time I checked, it was only like 3%. As I was saying, we could talk numbers. Unless somebody can actually give me real concrete numbers, we ain't talking conjecture.
I might think you looking at numbers. I look at that. We looked at from a point where
because I'm looking at facts. I could give a good damn about who goes to what store and who's walking around your neighborhood wearing those shoes. I'm looking at the numbers.
But my thing is,
I'm looking at Adidas numbers. I'm looking at Nike's numbers.
Their numbers, they gave you total company's numbers. They not give you.
They did a breakdown on LeBron's numbers of Nike, and they did a breakdown of Kanye.
Here's my thing. What Nike considers a sale is once a retailer purchases it from and they send an invoice. That's what Nike considers a sale. That's what I'm trying to tell you from a retailer.
I'm not saying that's not a factor, but what I'm saying is they have sold more shoes online and through their direct-to-consumer approach than they're doing with the wholesale thing, which is why you see the brands pivot foot and starting to do other things like Foot Locker. They're trying to do other things, and they're trying to invest in different strategies other than just hoping that Nike gives them a good deal with their wholesale.
There was, for LeBron standpoint, for LeBron release,
you're not going to do this thing, are we?
The only time they released really well is when they were limited. That's when they had a complete sellout. I've stood there and marked LeBron's.
That's at your store. I
worked at multiple stores.
Whoa, time out. Multiple stores within a region. And we all know how that works. Regionally, some things can be hot and some things cannot be. Like,
so you mean to tell me Yeezys aren't hot nationally?
I'm not saying, did I say that? What I said was some shoes. So because they didn't sell at the few stores he worked at does not mean that everywhere else they sold that same way. Vans don't sell here the same way they sell on the West Coast. So can I sit here and say, well, Vans didn't sell in my store, so that they don't sell anywhere else like that? That's my point. You can't just look at your store, your surroundings, your environment. You got to look at the picture as a whole, which is why I brought up the numbers.
So if Kanye is only contributing to 3% of Adidas sales, then why were they struggling before him?
Because once again, there is something to be said about social value, and he brings that, and so he brings awareness, which is where y'all brought up Beyonce, how she's going to bring awareness to their stuff, and people might actually go buy the shoes, even though they might not know the name of it, even though they might not like the shoe.
That's going to bring them. People only bought the shoes that Kanye wore on Adidas, Ultra Boost and Yeezy.
When you can make the argument that Ultra Boost in general, like, yeah, the white one sold more, but the Ultra Boost in general sold primarily because Kanye kind of brought awareness to it. He brought hype to it.
But that's the only Adidas shoe that he sold, as opposed to Beyonce.
That wasn't, dude. Ultra Boost was hot for like a year.
I'm saying because he wore it, because his shoe was get out of manufacturing. But once he started wearing his shoe, the Ultra, as the Yeezys,
and the Ultra Boost wasn't the biggest seller. Like for like the last 2 or 3 years, like the Stan Smith been their biggest seller, and he ain't wore that shoe.
What I'm saying is that they have, and also too, LeBron shoes are 185, Kanye's are 220. So Nike would darn near have to sell 1.5 LeBrons to equal one pair of Yeezy sales. Yeezy sales. So that's what I'm feeling like. It has more. Like personally, from speaking from experience, we've marked down LeBrons, and nobody. I was like, why do people won't get this? Even LeBron 3s, they're releasing those in limited quantities because they want them to have a sell through so people can buy them on the secondary market.
But it's all about aesthetics, though. That's why when Jordans was going, remember when they came out with a whole bunch of Jordans and they flooded the market, they made multiple pairs and everything, they were making money. Well, they were making decent money, because no matter how you look at it, even if the shoes went back to Nike and went to the outlets, that's still them getting 100%.
Still making the money off
exactly, right? But what was the problem? But everybody was getting on social media and complaining, oh man, they still send it to the store. So what they do the very next year, which was last year, they started limiting releases. But there's something to be said to the social value of things, and which I don't know why they ascribe to it, but they do. But
even when, say, you sell a 300,000 pair of Sweater 7s to him at Foot Locker, if they don't sell, he send them back. He don't get his money back. He get a credit. Right. So you still keep that money, even though, so you're making money twice off that shoe, because he paid 300,000 for them pairs. You give him a credit. You still keep that money. Right. Then you sell them again at the Nike outlet.
But once again, I'm going to bring up the point that in the last couple of years, they have been more direct to consumer and not leaning so heavily on the wholesale aspect of it. That's what I'm saying. And even with that being said, LeBrons are still pretty much sitting at the top. Like Kyrie sell a bit more, but we've had that conversation because his shoes are cheaper and they sell more to little kids.
I mean, if you want to talk about that direct to consumer aspect, then those LeBron.
Well, everybody complaining about the sneakers app though.
Them LeBron 16 Martins are still on. They're still on the app.
Shoes, though. Huh?
Them LeBron 16 Martins are still on the app.
Okay.
So I mean, if they
that doesn't mean that's because once again, there's a difference between selling out and selling well. That's what I'm saying. Like if you go on the sneakers app right now, they ain't got every size. I can't go buy that. I mean, I wear a size 15, but I'm pretty sure it's gonna be limited sizes available.
They probably already sent you up there.
I hope so. I was hoping it was, I want them, man. Like I was mad. I ain't gonna say where I went through Saturday, but damn it, we ain't got that much time. Shout out to Jason Maiden. I hate Guru because now he got me off. I wanted to do this shoe check, but we can't do it for the second week in a row. And I'm arguing about LeBron to him.
I'm not taking LeBron's stance because I'm not the biggest Yeezy.
No, honestly, I appreciate that because now I know you're not biased.
So, I mean, that's what I'm trying to do.
Somewhat.
You are.
Somewhat.
Yes, you are.
Somewhat. No, because, hold on, wait, time out. You can say what you want to. I actually provide numbers. I ain't talking about what ifs and this hypothetically could happen.
You didn't work in retail. You didn't work in retail.
No, y'all worked at retail in some stores. I'm looking at the numbers, the same numbers y'all looking at. But it ain't no different.
Numbers, you can get numbers.
Numbers you get ain't the number. Ain't no different than the numbers I'm seeing.
No, you can get numbers a lie. We've seen that at retail. You can get numbers a lie because companies have sold.
Oh, so they just lying to me and not the other.
Who? They can lie in press release.
Yeah.
I'm not looking at a press release.
How did you get the numbers?
I'm not gonna give away my sources, but I'm not on that show. I'll tell you how I get the numbers. I'll tell you because I actually do my homework. I actually research. I look for this stuff, and you look for 3 sources. You don't just look for one source. But what was he talking about now? That got me all pissed off.
Shout out to Jason Maiden.
Shout out to Jason Maiden, man. He came through, superhero. We're going to get him on the show one day. Love the guy. He just full of information. And he told me real quick, we were right about Wilson. I told you about that. We were so right about Wilson, and that's a messed up thing to talk about. If we get a chance to, I don't know. I got to look at our non-disclosure every time and make sure we can talk about it. But real quick, release dates brought to you by Sneaker Bar Detroit, the #1 source of sneaker news and release dates. Friday, May 3rd, you got the Travis Scott Air Jordan 1 Retro 1 High OG Cactus Jack, the Air Jordan 33 SE Black Cement. Nobody wants those. You got 2 colorways, the Nike KD12, that's the University Red and the Warriors Home. You got the Nike Blazer Mid 77 Vintage City Pride, the Nike Court Light 2 Pink Foam, the Nike Air Max 720 Spirit Teal, the Adidas Dame 5 Laheen the Dream, the Human Made Special Edition Adidas Solar Human Glide, that's a Japan release only. You got the Billionaire Boys Club Adidas NMD HU Digi Jack Pack, And you got the Adidas Next Level White Pastel Blue. Saturday, May 4th, you have the Air Jordan Retro 4 OG Black Cement, the women's Air Jordan Retro 11 Low Orange Trance, the Nike Air Flight Posit Topaz Mist, the New Balance 1500 Tribal Print, which is probably the dopest shoe on this list. And you got the Motorola Special Edition Puma RSX Tech. Monday, May 6th, you got the Ralph Simons, Special Edition Adidas Torreson Stan Smith. Tuesday, May 7th, you have the women's Air Jordan Retro 11 Low Pink Snakeskin. Wednesday, May 8th, you have the Clot Special Edition Nike Air Max 97 Haven. Thursday, May 9th, you have the Nike PG3 GS Menta Green and the Nike LeBron 16 GS South Beach. Friday, May 10th, you have the women's Air Jordan Retro 1 High OG Panda and the Nike Air Max 95 Fresh Mint. And then Saturday, May 11th, you have the Nike PG3 Paulette, the A-Life Special Edition Adidas Consortium Niza High. And that's it. So, so anyway, like I said, shout out to Jason. And, not only are we going to try to get Jason on the show, I want to get EB Kicks on there too, because I'm really interested to hear as to more about her brand and what exactly happened between her and SneakerCon.
Same here.
Yes. So on that note, we're going to leave you guys episode 213. We will see you guys episode 214. And, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. See you.
Yeah. Peace.
Peace.